A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio. A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
Gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
NBC brings you Dragnet.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to missing persons detail. You've never heard of Fountain Green, Utah. You've never heard of Juanita Lasky. Los Angeles is a big city. 452 square miles. 3,356,969 people. Your job, find her.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime investigated and solved by the men who unrelentingly stand watch on the security of your home, your family, and your life. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Monday, December 12th. It was cold in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of missing persons detail. My partner's Ben Romero. The boss is Ed Backstrand, chief of detectives. My name's Friday. I was on my way back from lunch, and it was 12:47 p.m. when I got to room 67A. Missing persons detail.
Where'd you eat?
Federal Cafe. Good soup today.
What kind?
Corn chowder. It was real good. Place is jammed with Christmas shoppers. I had to wait.
Haven't even started my shopping yet. You?
I got to pick up something for my mother. Prices are high. I'll send a lot of cards.
Wait till you get married, Joe. Ever try to sell a Christmas card to a kid? They got to have something with wheels on it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Missing persons, Friday.
Fountain Green, Utah, calling the Los Angeles Police Department. Bureau of Missing Persons. My party will speak with anyone in charge.
This is Missing Persons, Sergeant Friday.
Just a moment, please. Mrs. Lasky, ready with your call to Los Angeles.
Hello?
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 Here's your party. Go ahead, please.
Operator?
Yes, madam.
Could you please give me the charges for this call? I'm using my neighbor's phone.
All right, madam. Please signal when your call is completed.
Oh, yes. I'll do that.
Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Hello? Are you missing persons?
Yes, ma'am. Sergeant Friday.
This is Mrs. Hannah Lasky. I'm calling you from Fountain Green, Utah.
Yes, ma'am.
This is in regard to my daughter, Juanita Lasky. I haven't heard from her in well over a month, and I'm terribly worried.
Where was she staying in Los Angeles, Ms. Lasky?
At the Chelsea Hotel for Women. I have the address. 941 South Melrose Street. I can't understand it. Ever since Juanita's been away from home, she's written twice a week regularly.
When's the last time you heard from her?
The last letter I have is postmarked November 2nd. You know how it is, Sergeant. We have no relatives in Los Angeles, and she's trying to find work down there, living all alone. I just don't know what to do.
All right, Ms. Lasky. I'll take her description over the phone and make out a preliminary report. You'll have to send us a photograph of your daughter and a letter to the effect that you want us to trace her.
I'll get the letter and the snapshot off today.
Now, what's your daughter look like? What's her full name?
Juanita Marie Lasky.
Laskey.
No E.
All right. Her age, weight, and height.
She was 26 last July 10th, 128 pounds, and about my height.
Well, how tall are you, Ms. Lasky?
Oh, yes. 5 feet 7 inches. She has auburn hair. It's quite long, and her eyes are green. Green.
Okay, I got it. Any outstanding scars, birthmarks, anything that might help us identify her?
But what's that?
I say any outstanding scars, birthmarks, anything that might help us identify her.
No. Juanita's a pretty girl. Nice disposition. Oh, that's about all, Sergeant.
Where can we contact you, Ms. Lasky?
122 Brigham Young Street, Fountain Green, Utah. When you find Juanita, I wish you'd have her call me right away. I'll pay for the call.
We'll do that, Ms. Lasky. What's your number up there?
This is the neighbor's phone, but they'll call me. It's Fountain Green 14R2.
Yeah.
You will try to find her as fast as you can.
We'll go to work on it.
Well, Juanita always comes home for the Christmas holidays. Do you think she's all right?
I wouldn't worry about it, Ms. Lasky. We'll call you just as soon as we get any kind of a lead on her.
Oh, thank you so much, Sergeant. And if there's any charge, I'll be glad to pay it.
No charge. If your daughter's in Los Angeles, I think we can find her.
Oh, if there's anything wrong, you'll let me know right away?
Yes, ma'am.
You're very kind. Goodbye.
Bye.
What you got, Joe?
Some girl owes her mother a letter. Come on, Ben. Just a routine call. We made the usual check, the morgue, all the hospitals, the county jail. And then we went through the repeater file. We found a Juanita Lasky in the files, but the age and description didn't match. We put that lead in the discard. After the usual paperwork, the next step was to check her last known residence, the Chelsea Hotel for Women.
Here it is, Joe. Chelsea Hotel.
Yeah. 55 rooms, all outside. You're home away from home. Now let's go in.
Chelsea Hotel. Thank you.
Here's the bell.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
We're looking for a Miss Juanita Lasky.
I'll ring her room. Whom shall I say is calling?
Is she in?
I believe so. I just saw her about an hour ago.
Okay, would you ring her room, please?
Yes, sir. And whom shall I say is calling?
My name's Friday.
All right, Mr. Friday. Just a moment. Do you wish to speak with her on the phone, or shall I have her come down?
Ask her to come down if she doesn't mind.
She doesn't seem to answer. That's funny. I'll ring again. No, sir, she doesn't seem to be in. Would you like to leave a message?
Didn't you say you saw her about an hour ago?
Yes, I did. She must have gone out again.
I wonder if we could check her room.
Oh, no. Gentlemen are not allowed above the main lobby.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We're from the police department. Missing persons. I'm Sergeant Friday. This is Sergeant Romero.
Oh. You men are from missing persons, did you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm sure Juanita's just stepped out for a moment. If you'd care to wait here in the lobby.
We haven't got much time, ma'am. We'd appreciate it if you'd show us her room.
Certainly. I'll get the pass key. That's 215. The elevator's right this way.
Thank you.
What seems to be the trouble? Some friend of Juanita's missing?
No, ma'am. Juanita.
Juanita? Well, I don't understand.
Her mother's a little worried about her.
Down this way. Here we are. No wonder she didn't hear the phone. She's in the shower.
Yes, ma'am. Would you rap on the bathroom door and tell her we'd like to talk to her as soon as she's through?
We'll wait out here in the hall.
Certainly. Juanita? Juanita, there are two gentlemen here to see you. Juanita? Juanita? I'm coming in. It's Miss Waters. Sergeant?
Yeah?
There's no one in the shower.
Well, it's running, isn't it?
Yes, and I see a robe and towel all laid out.
We better take a look around.
Turn off the shower, will you?
Yeah.
She must have left in a hurry.
Say, here's a fresh change of clothing on the bed.
Where's the closet, ma'am? This door?
Yes, that's right.
Closet full of clothes.
There's a couple of pieces of luggage in there.
This isn't like Juanita. Funny, isn't it?
You say you saw her about an hour ago.
Yes, I did.
Coming in or going out?
Oh, coming in, I thought.
You have room service here?
Yes, we have a coffee shop downstairs.
Uh-huh. The tray of food here on the table hasn't been touched. Coffee's still warm. Shut that radio off, will you, Ben?
Yeah.
Could she have gotten out of the building without you seeing her?
No, we don't have a rear entrance.
You sure you didn't see her go out the front door just before we got here?
No, I did not.
How about her mail? Has she been picking it up lately?
I think so. We can check that down at the desk.
Yeah, here's some letters. Postmark Utah. Return address. Mrs. H. Lasky. It's mother.
Let me see that one, Ben. This is one of your telephone message forms?
Let me see. Yes, that's right.
Says long distance call operator 2, Fountain Green, Utah. According to this slip, this call was received at 1:25 today.
May I see that,
Certainly.
Sergeant?
There you are.
Yes, that's Edna's writing. Mrs. Tollefson took that call. She relieves me for lunch.
Well, do you know whether she returned this call?
Well, if she did, there'll be a record down at the desk.
Uh-huh. Now, you're positive that you saw Juanita Lasky an hour ago.
Yes, I'm sure. Just about an hour ago.
5'7", 128 pounds, green eyes, red hair.
Red hair? Oh, no. Juanita's a blonde.
Her mother told us that Juanita Lasky had red hair. Now, we weren't too surprised. A lot of women change the color of their hair. It would make identification a little more difficult, but not impossible. We checked down at the desk. Juanita Lasky had picked up all her mail, but she had not answered that long-distance phone call to Fountain Green. The next step was to question some of the people in the Chelsea Hotel who knew Juanita. We tried room 217.
Yeah, Gloria, these men are police officers. They want to ask you some questions.
Oh, yes. Is it all right for them to...
Yes, of course. This is an exception.
Won't you come in?
Thank you.
What's your name, miss?
Gloria Edgerton.
You know Juanita Lasky?
Yes, I know her. She has the room right next door to me.
Have you seen her today?
No, I haven't. I've been out doing my Christmas shopping. Why?
We were trying to locate her, Miss Edgerton.
Wasn't she in her room? I thought I heard her shower going.
Yes, you did, but she wasn't in there. When was the last time you saw her?
Last night at dinner. We always eat dinner together.
Did she say anything that might lead you to believe that she was going anywhere today?
No, she said she might do some Christmas shopping today, so I suggested she go with me, and she agreed. She said she'd let me know this morning.
Did she?
No, she didn't. I just assumed that maybe she was sleeping in, so I went on alone. Are you sure she hasn't just stepped out?
We don't know.
If you're just going down to the corner, it's a little unusual to leave the shower running, the radio on, and let your lunch get cold.
Did she do that?
How long has Juanita had blonde hair?
Well, ever since I've known her, about 6 months. We moved in here together. We work at the same place.
Where's that, Miss Edgerton?
At the Clagett building. We're elevator operators.
I see. Who's your immediate superior down there?
Darlene Camp. She's chief starter.
Mm-hmm. You got that, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
She have many dates?
No, not too many. Juanita likes to go steady.
Who was her steady boyfriend?
Paul Matthews. He works in the Clagett building, too. He's in the dental lab for Dr. Welty, 6th floor.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add that might help us find her?
Well, are you sure she's lost?
The Clagett building is in the heart of downtown Los Angeles. It's a business and professional building. The cornerstone says erected in 1924, and it stands 12 stories high. The main entrance is on Hill Street.
Going up. That's all in the car, please. All right, Marion. Going up. Get back in the car, please.
Are you Darlene Camp?
Yes. Just a moment, please. Going up. All right, Dora. Can I help you?
I'm Sergeant Friday, Police Department. This is Sergeant Romero.
Yes, sir.
Juanita Lasky work for you?
Yes, she does. She's one of my operators.
When's the last time you saw her?
Anything wrong?
No, we're just trying to locate her.
You just missed her by 45 minutes. All right, Sylvia. She was in to pick up a check.
Do you know where she cashes her check?
Most of the girls cash them down at the bank on the corner. There's only one around here over on 8th.
You say about 45 minutes ago?
Yes, that's right.
Thanks very much, Miss Camp. Come on, Ben.
Going up. All right, Marion.
The bank's not far from here.
It is kind of funny, isn't it?
What's that?
Her room, the shower, the radio, that lunch.
Sure pulled out in a hurry. What do you think?
I don't know what to figure. It's a new one on me.
She's alive, we know that.
She was 45 minutes ago, anyway.
Christmas is here. Santa Claus in his chimney.
Yeah.
No.
I beg your pardon, sir.
That's all right. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Here we are, Joe.
Guess we better check with the manager, huh? You the manager?
I'm the assistant manager. Can I help you?
Police department.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to find out if a check has been cashed here within the hour.
Yes, sir. And what's the party's name?
Lasky, Juanita, payroll check, Clagett building.
Yes, sir. I know Miss Lasky. If you'll step behind the counter, I'll get the check.
Thank you.
If you'll just wait right here.
Okay, thanks.
Wonder why she stopped writing to her mother.
That's a good question. When we find her, we'll ask her.
Wonder if anything was wrong where she worked.
No, it didn't seem to be. We'll check back there when we finish here.
Yeah. That boyfriend, Paul Matthews, too.
Yeah. Oh, here's our man.
Yes, sir. Here's the canceled check. I okayed it.
You sure it's the same girl?
The blonde girl, elevator operator in the Claggett building.
Was she alone?
Oh, I think so.
Did she appear normal?
No, she didn't seem to be as friendly as she usually is.
Does she have an account here?
She did have a small savings account here, but she closed it out about a month ago.
I see.
Well, here's our card. If you should happen to see her again, give us a call.
I'll do that.
Thank you very much.
Entirely welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We went back to the Claggett building. Ben called the Chelsea Hotel from the phone booth in the lobby of the building. Miss Waters, the manager, was keeping a sharp lookout, but Juanita Lasky had not been heard from. Paul Matthews worked in the dental lab for a Dr. Weldy. His office was number 637.
Yes, gentlemen, may I help you?
We'd like to see Paul Matthews.
I'm Paul Matthews.
We're from Missing Persons Police Department. Sergeant Friday. I'm Sergeant Romero.
Yes, sir.
Do you know a Juanita Lasky?
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you saw her?
Saturday night. We went to a show. Is there something wrong?
We're trying to locate her. Do you see a lot of each other?
Yes, we do. I don't understand.
Miss Lasky disappeared from the hotel a couple hours ago. Thought maybe you might know where she is.
No, I don't. Today's a day off. Maybe she's out shopping. Has Juanita done anything wrong?
No, it's just that her mother hasn't heard from her for quite some time.
I can explain that. Juanita's an elevator operator here in the building. That's how I met her. They don't make much money, you know.
Yeah.
She was having a hard time making ends meet. She sends money home to her mother every month or so, and besides that, she's got to pay rent and buy clothes and eat. It's pretty rough.
She seemed despondent over all this?
No, I wouldn't say that, but she was kind of unhappy about not getting a raise.
Do you have any outside jobs?
No, sir, she didn't.
What kind of a girl is she?
What do you mean?
Cheerful, good-natured?
Oh, sure. Fine girl. We get along swell. I still don't get it.
Well, maybe there's nothing to it. Just a routine check.
I hope she's all right. When did all this come up?
A couple of hours ago. We might have to check back with you.
If I can help.
Okay. Thanks for the information.
Here's our card. If you hear from her, well, give us a ring.
You don't suppose anything's happened to her?
That's what we're trying to find out. Goodbye, Mr. Matthews.
When we got back to Central Division, we had a full description of Juanita Lasky teletyped to all outlying stations in the metropolitan area of Los Angeles. We also put out an APB. We double-checked the repeater file and the wanderer file. We made out a full report on our findings to date. During the next 8 days, we located a missing husband for a wife in Memphis, Tennessee. We picked up a runaway boy missing from his home in Reno, Nevada, and a 79-year-old veteran of the Spanish-American War who left his home in Bakersfield, California because he didn't like his daughter-in-law's cooking. But Juanita Lasky was still a mystery. For 8 days, we checked and rechecked all her known friends and habits. We went back over the course a dozen times, but no trace. It was almost as if she had ceased to exist that day in the Chelsea Hotel. The letter and photograph from her mother had arrived, and we circulated it to cities all over the country. Her mother wrote that during the war, Juanita was a whack corporal. We put a tracer through to the War Department. That way, we'd have another photo and a full set of fingerprints.
Well, where do you want to start today?
I'll get it. Missing persons, Friday.
Joe, this is Spencer over in the morgue.
Yeah, Archie.
You still looking for that girl? What's her name? Ramona Lasky?
Juanita, yeah.
Just had one brought in. Looks like your girl to me.
The city morgue is located in the basement of the Hall of Justice on West Temple Street, across the street from the City Hall. A lot of missing persons cases end right here. Archie Spencer met us at the door.
Hi, Joe. How's the wife been?
Oh, fine, Archie.
Over here, Joe. Cooler 23. Give me a hand, huh?
You bet.
That's her, isn't it?
When's she going to be posted?
As soon as your fingerprint man gets here.
Yeah.
That's Ramona Lasky, isn't it?
Juanita.
Juanita, I mean.
No. No, that's not her, Archie.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I was almost positive. Sure looks like this picture in your bulletin.
Yeah, she looks a lot like the picture, but it's not Juanita Lasky.
5'7", green eyes, blonde hair, about 130.
How close can you get? Look at the face. You sure that's not her?
Yeah, I'm sure. Look at her hair, the roots.
Yeah.
They're blonde all the way down. They ought to be dark. Our girl's a bleached blonde.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Look at her right hand, index and middle fingers. Heavy nicotine stains. Our girl didn't smoke, Archie.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Guess I was wrong. That's not Ramona.
Juanita. Come on, Ben. That afternoon, we got another phone call from Fountain Green, Utah, Juanita Lasky's mother. We told her we hadn't found any trace of her daughter. It was a hard job. We had answered calls like this before, but maybe it was just the season of the year. Somehow, we felt that we had to find Juanita Lasky by Christmas. We covered every angle we could think of. We kept close watch on all incoming reports. We stayed in close contact with her friends and Miss Waters at the Chelsea Hotel. Regardless of the name on the incoming reports, we checked every set of fingerprints against those we had received on Juanita Lasky from the War Department. Still, no trace. December 23rd, we checked in for work at 8:30 a.m. Chief Ed Backstrand wanted to see us.
A little something on the Lasky girl. Might help you.
What is it, Skipper?
Man by the name of Willard Harris. Owns a bar out in Pomona. Phoned in this morning.
Yeah?
Found a woman's handbag left in the bar. Driver's license made out to Juanita Lasky.
Why'd you think to call us?
He's got a television set in his bar. Saw the Lasky girl's picture on Sergeant Rosenquist's broadcast last night.
How about the girl?
Says he can't place her. You better hop out and pick up that purse.
Willard Harris owned the Mission Trail Bar. It was in the bus terminal in the heart of Pomona. The Christmas traffic was heavy all the way out Garvey Boulevard. It was 10:45 when we pulled up in front of the bar. Willard Harris was inside taking a liquor inventory when we walked in.
How do you do? You, Mr. Harris?
Yes, that's right. You fellas with General Liquors?
Los Angeles Police Department. My name's Friday. This is Sergeant Romero.
Oh, say. Glad to know you boys. Yeah, I called Los Angeles this morning.
We came right out.
Say, how about a little eye-opener? Got some fine Irish whiskey.
No, thanks, Mr. Harris.
How about your partner there?
No, thank you.
All right, boys. Guess you want that purse, huh?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Here you are. Just as I found it. I opened it up to get the owner's name, but that's all. Didn't touch a thing.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Harris. You said that you didn't remember seeing the woman who left this.
No, I don't. Herb works with me here. He might have seen her, but he didn't. I asked him the night we found it.
How long ago did you find this purse?
Oh, better part of 2 weeks. No, a little closer to a week. Yeah, about 8 days ago. I usually hold something like this for 30 days. That's the law, you know.
Yeah.
But I saw that fella on the television on that missing persons program. That's how come I called you, boys.
Well, thanks very much, Mr. Harris.
That's all, boys. It's cold out this morning. Sure you don't want a little bit?
No, thanks, Mr. Harris. Goodbye. We checked the personnel at the bus terminal, but none of them seemed to recognize Juanita Lasky's photograph. We checked the contents of her purse, but we found nothing unusual. 4 $1 bills and some change and the normal things women carry. Since it was money in the bag, we felt sure that Juanita Lasky had lost the purse herself. That meant that she was alive 8 days ago, 2 days after she walked out of the Chelsea Hotel. It's the only print carried on a California driver's license. It matched the same print on the War Department record. It didn't prove anything except that all the evidence tied in and belonged to the girl we were looking for, Juanita Lasky. The next morning, December 24th, we checked in for work at 8:30. Morning, Ben.
All right, Joe, here's the daily report. You want to check them?
There's a mess of them. Let's get at them. You looked through any of them yet?
No, not yet. I figured I'd wait for you.
All right, I'll take half, huh?
Got any shopping done?
No, you?
Some. Lunch hour mostly.
Mm-hmm. Found some nice cards.
Be sure to send me one.
Yeah, I'll hand it to you in the morning.
Let's trade shaving lotions like we did last year.
If I get any.
You can get some. My kid's got a bottle all picked out for you. It's called South Pole for that cool thing.
Yeah.
Well, he's only a kid.
Feeling winning?
Better when he gets older. So he'll do it.
Tell Ted, Friday, on the Lasky case.
Thanks, Holmes. Oh, Ben, listen to this.
Yeah?
Bureau of Criminal Investigation, Sacramento. Here's a kickback on our APB.
Yeah, what's it say?
Reading your APB, number 43 on 12-1248. Our records disclose that Juanita Lasky applied for a position of civilian clerk at Marchfield, California, U.S. Army Air Base, using alias Gene Davis.
How about the fingerprint classification?
Yeah, let me find it. Yeah, FPC, key 19, Primary 32/32. Inner over outer. Final 15/17.
French check out. That's our girl, Joe.
The Sacramento report stated that Jean Davis had applied for government work at Marchfield, California. Well, a couple of things dropped into place. Her purse had been found in Pomona. That's right on the main highway from Los Angeles to Riverside. And the application for a job at the Army Air Base a few miles beyond Riverside. We put through a long-distance phone call, and they told us that Jean Davis was employed there as a civilian clerk but failed to show up for work that morning.
It seems like we run fresh out of luck every trip, doesn't it?
We get so close, and then she's gone again.
What you think she's on the go for?
If I could figure that, I could find her. I'll get her. Missing persons Friday. Yeah? We'll be right over. We didn't find her, but she's been found. Juanita Lasky just walked into the Chelsea Hotel. We went over to the Chelsea Hotel. Technically, our job was completed now. Juanita Lasky had been found. We went over to make out a routine report. The streets were pretty jammed with last-minute Christmas shoppers, so we walked the last block to the hotel.
What's your guess, Joe?
Let's ask her. Come on, let's go in.
That looks like her over by the desk there.
Yeah, pretty well memorized that face.
Sergeant, this is Juanita Lasky. Sergeant Friday and Sergeant Romero. Juanita.
How do you do, Miss Lasky?
How do you do? I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Miss Waters told me.
You mind telling us? Where have you been?
Sergeant, I don't know. These last 12 days have been a complete loss to me. Miss Waters told me what happened. I went over to see my doctor. He said I had temporary amnesia. I have to have treatment.
I see. What's your doctor's name, Miss Lasky?
Dr. Rudner over on Crenshaw.
Well, we're glad you're okay. Kind of had us going there for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I use your phone, Miss Waters?
Oh, certainly. Help yourself.
Thank you.
Long distance?
I'd like to place a person-to-person call to Mrs. Hannah Lasky, Fountain Green, Utah. That number is 14R2.
Fountain Green, Utah, 14R2.
That's right.
Your name and number, please.
Joe Friday, and this is Hempstead 8594.
Thank you. Rate operator. Fountain Green, Utah, route and night person rate from Los Angeles. TC Mount Pleasant, Salt Lake, night person 140. Through Salt Lake. Salt Lake. Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant. Fountain Green. Fountain Green. Fountain Green, 14R2. Mrs. Hannah Lasky, Los Angeles, California, calling. Thank you. Ringing operator.
Hello?
Mrs. Hannah Lasky, please. Los Angeles, California, calling.
Oh, yes. Hang on. I'll get her.
Waiting on your party, sir.
Thanks.
Getting through all right, Joe?
Yeah.
Lucky. Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Hello?
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 Hello, Ms. Lasky.
Yes?
Just a minute, Ms. Lasky. Juanita,
Yes?
you're wanted on the phone.
Oh, who is it?
Just say hello. She'll take it from there. Let's go, Ben.
Hello? Yes? Hello, Mother.
Come on, Ben.
Yes, I'm all right. Mother, it's so good to hear your voice.
See you tomorrow, Joe. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
The story you have just heard is true. Only the names were changed to protect the innocent.
Upon further examination by competent medical authorities, Juanita Lasky was found to be suffering from periodic spells of amnesia. She was given treatment, and a complete cure was effected. You have just heard the 8th in a new series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice for Dragnet is furnished by the Los Angeles Police Department.
Tonight's program is dedicated to Corporal Grady A. Beecham of the 9th Precinct Metropolitan Police Force, Washington, D.C., who, on the night of December 2nd, 1948, gave his life so that yours might be more secure.
Dragnet came to you from Los Angeles. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. Makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's new water-repellent Glow Coat present Fibber, McGee, and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dick LeGrand, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The script is by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie. Music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Tonight, I'd like to make one thing clear to everybody. There is only one Glow Coat. It's the water-repellent new Glow Coat that's on your dealer's shelves right now. There's been no change in the familiar Glow Coat container, but wait till you find out about the wonderful change inside. For it is a wonderful thing to be able to cover your floors with a self-polishing floor wax that is positively water-repellent. Now, the big thing from your standpoint is that it'll last so much longer without losing its smooth, lustrous shine. Water that's dripped or spilled on it can be wiped right off without leaving an ugly streak or spot. You can damp mop Glow Coat protected floors over and over without killing the protection or the shine. You get more for your money now in Johnson's Glow Coat than ever before. More beauty, more protection, more freedom from floor care drudgery. Guaranteed the most economical self-polishing wax you can buy. Its protective shine lasts up to 4 times longer. Get water-repellent new Glow Coat tomorrow. In 1649, a Dutchman named Rembrandt took some oils, some brushes, some canvas, and some talent, and turned out a lot of masterpieces. In 1949, a fellow in Wistful Vista got out the card table, loaded it down with art materials, and started to make his own Christmas cards. The sound of the gong was so we could avoid mentioning the two artists in the same breath. Because one of them is Mr. McGee, of Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Boy, I sure wish I'd have thought of this before, Molly. Look at the money I'd have saved if I'd have made my own Christmas cards every year. How's this look, kiddo? My first one.
Let me see. Very interesting.
Isn't it, though?
Too bad you had to spill that big blob of red paint all over it.
What do you mean, big blob of red paint? That's Sandy Claus.
It's his? Where's his beard?
That's the whole idea of the card. He ain't got any beard.
Santa Claus with no beard?
Why, certainly. He's just coming out of the barber shop. The verse is going to say, St. Nicholas had his beard cut off, as up on the roof his reindeers trample. Because how can a guy with whiskers on show little shavers a good example?
Oh, McGee, that's cute.
Oh, shucks. I got a million ideas as good as that. Or better.
Well, I should hope so.
Huh?
Among your many good ideas, have you got one about how to get that India ink out of the rug?
Oh, I'll clean up here when I get through. I ain't quite used to handling all this stuff, but I'll learn, Tootsie. I'll learn. My gosh, I'll bet Somerset Maugham didn't learn to paint overnight either.
Somerset Maugham is a novelist, dearie, not a painter.
Oh, he gave it up, huh? Couldn't stand the gaff, eh? Well, believe me, I'm staying right with it. I got tenacity. I got grit. I got perseverance.
You have something else, too.
I have?
Yes, you have a jar of blue paint dripping into your lap.
Huh? Oh, my gosh. I must have tripped it over with my elbow.
Yes.
There. Shucks. That was my only jar of blue paint. I'll have to paint the rest of the reindeer with brown eyes.
You've been painting reindeer with blue eyes?
Why not?
A good question. For all I know, reindeer might... Come in. Oh, 'tis out on the mayor, McGee. Come in, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Molly. Hello, McGee.
Hi, Latriv.
Well, you must be having a circus with those watercolors. You certainly look like a clown.
If you're referring to the pigment so plentifully permeating my pretty puss, Politico, it is purely a product of my poster paints and my peculiar pictorial proclivities.
Are you through, dearie, or shall I open up another can of peas?
I'm through. No kidding, Latriv. This artwork is a great little hobby. It gets your mind off of things.
Oh, I didn't know you ever had yours on anything. But I agree that a hobby is a fine thing. My secretary collects stamps.
Has she a valuable collection, Mr. Mayor?
She must have. I buy about $50 worth a week, and I can never find one around the office. I think she must be papering a bedroom with them. If she doesn't like the result, she can always mail the house to some relative.
I come by my artistic talent kind of natural, Latriv. It's hereditary. My Uncle Sycamore was an artist.
Uncle Sycamore.
Oh, yes.
You had an interesting family tree.
Oh, yes.
A squirrel's idea of heaven, I imagine.
I didn't know your Uncle Sycamore was an artist, McGee. Portrait or landscape?
Mail pouch tobacco. Painted it on barns, fences, and silos. You got any hobbies, Latriv?
Yes. She sells.
Oh, you mean seashells, don't you, Your Honor?
No. My housekeeper is always selling raffle tickets for something, and I have to buy whatever she sells.
Be kind of interesting sometime if she sells tickets on some seashells.
Well, anytime she sells seashells, she'll sell the seashells to somebody else. Because if she sees that she can sell me seashells, she'll sell this.
What's the matter, Your Honor?
I'll have to change the subject. My bridge work is coming loose. Anyway, I have to be going. I can find my way out, Molly. Don't trouble yourself.
No, Mr. Mayor, not that.
No, that's the whole...
The orchestra and she wore a yellow ribbon.
How much longer are those Christmas cards going to take, McGee? The way the paint is thrown around in here, it looks like Sherwin had a fight with Williams.
My dear girl, a true artist is not concerned with such trivial things. When one is creating, one thinks only of putting one's best work into one's work. You seen the pot of glue?
Yes, you're putting your best elbow in it.
Oh, yeah. I felt that a while ago, but I thought it was just the red paint. Hey, look at this card I just designed for Mort Toops. Not only wishes him a Merry Christmas, but carries a thoughtful little message, too.
Something sentimental, I suppose, like go boil your head.
Here it is, picture of a fish. You see, fish is swimming through a sprig of mistletoe.
A fish and mistletoe?
Yeah. The verse says, I hope the fish I hereby show recalls the fin I loaned you last July. And though he swims through mistletoe, I ain't going to kiss that fin goodbye. Merry Christmas. You like it?
Well, $5 is always a nice touch if you can't get 10. But that's what I say. Come in.
Oh, it's Ole from the Elks Club. Come in, boy.
Well, hello, Mrs. Hello, McGee. Oh, what's the mess, Mrs.?
Well, himself here is making his own Christmas cards, heaven help me.
Yep, personalized handmade Christmas cards, Ole. None of that run-of-the-mill stuff for me this year. I painted every one of these babies with my own hands.
Well, maybe they wouldn't look so messy if you paint them with a brush, McGee.
Well, he did use a brush, Ole. He means that...
Hey, I might not do so bad with just my bare hands at that, Ole. You've heard of finger painting, haven't you?
Oh, sure. My daughter, Christina, she makes good money with finger painting.
Yeah? What does she paint?
Well, what would a finger painter paint, McGee? Feet? She paints fingers, of course. She's a lady curist.
You mean a manicurist, Ole?
Me and the missus, we don't like Christina holding hands with the men. She just paints fingers on ladies.
Have you done any of your Christmas shopping yet, Ole? Say, what are you going to give your wife this year?
Well, my missus is always a problem. Every year for Christmas, she wants something sensible. But I want to give her foolishness.
And you're right, boy, you're right. That's what Christmas is for.
Sure. But this year, though, she changes.
Yeah?
This time, she wants foolishness, too.
Oh.
And such foolishness.
Oh. What does she want, Ole? A diamond necklace or a mink?
No, she drops hints by the kids so that they say this year Mama wants for Christmas a dyed rabbit.
Well, now a dyed rabbit is very nice, I think.
Yeah.
So I make a deal with the pet shop. The first rabbit that dies, I give it to my mother. I couldn't drop in to say hello, McGee, so goodbye, Miss.
Goodbye, Ollie.
It's a good thing I keep on talking while I'm working, or working while I'm talking, or I'd never get finished. I got some beautiful cards here, Molly. They weren't so messy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you take this one for the mayor, for instance. Kind of a symbolic card, see? You get it? The picture of the pork barrel with a hand in it?
That's lovely. That's about as subtle as a blackjack.
I didn't realize I was so loaded with ideas, so productive, so specific.
Not specific, dearie. You mean prolific.
Oh, I do, eh? I'm afraid you're thinking of that stale movie at the Bijou, my dear. The one that the ad claims it's colossal, it's stupendous, it's prolific.
That's terrific, McGee.
Thanks. I think it's a nice card myself. It's got that certain something that you can't...
Hello, Molly. I come in? Hi, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox. Welcome to the McGee Greeting Card and House Wrecking Company.
Pull up a chair, Junior, if you can find one without any paint on it, and watch a Julius at work.
Thank you, pal. I'll stand. Hey, this is very interesting stuff to me, kids. I used to work in a greeting card place, you know.
I didn't know that, Mr. Wilcox.
Sure, I design Christmas cards. Modernistic stuff.
You mean modernistic stuff like a picture of a fried egg draped over a half moon under a watch with a woman's face with roller skates for ears? And it says, onions are for love? You mean that stuff?
Yes. I was kind of a dilly-dally. Matter of fact, I designed a beautiful card for myself this morning, kids.
Really, Mr. Wilcox?
Sure, I just flashed the card with a lot of colors, you see. Then I drew a picture of Santa Claus carrying an umbrella and a rubber band.
Looks terrific.
That's supposed to mean something?
Why, certainly, pal. Look, take the colors on the card, you see? They simply stand for the colors the Johnson Self-Polishing Glow Coat restores to your worn and faded linoleum.
Oh, of all the dirty waste of stick.
Then the umbrella. The umbrella. That means the new Glow Coat is water repellent. Yes, sir. This great new discovery, Johnson's new self-polishing water-repellent Glow Coat, is the one floor wax at last that does not smear and show drab, dull spots when you wipe up still things with a damp cloth. Or mop it with a damp mop.
Yes, and you have no idea what that means to a housewife like myself, Mr. Wilcox.
The heck he don't.
Now, you hush, McGee. You know, I don't have to wax my floors nearly as often with the new Glow Coat since it's water repellent.
That's right, Molly, because when you mop up dirt and spill things, you don't mop up the wax. It stays on, and it stays bright even after repeated moppings. That's why I drew the rubber band on my card, because your work is a snap when you use the new water-repellent Glow Coat. And hey, pal, the Santa Claus is me, the way I look to a housewife when she learns how much work she saves with Johnson's new water-repellent Glow Coat, because it lasts so much longer.
Hey, look. Waxy.
Yes, pal?
How long did you work in that Christmas card place?
About an hour and a half, pal.
Huh?
The fellow who owned the place made a crack about my drawings that I didn't like, so I left.
Oh, independent, eh? What'd he say to you?
Wilcox, he said, you're fired. So I left. Like this, kid.
Sensitive kid.
Look, sweetheart, why don't you give up designing Christmas cards, too? If Mr. Wilcox could do it, you can do it. Just say to yourself, I can give it up. I will give it up. What are you doing with the yardstick?
Trying to draw a picture of the Shah of Persia. With no curves, just angles. You know, it's just an experiment.
But why no curves?
Well, I know I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, so I wanted to see if I could draw a ruler with a straight line. You see, my dear, when an artist... Hold it, kiddo, hold it. Come in.
Oh, McGee, it's Dr. Gamble. Hello, Doctor.
Hi, tonsil burglar.
Hello, Molly. Good day to you, smear face. What are you doing, dyeing Easter eggs?
He's painting his own Christmas cards this year, Doctor. This year? Seems like this has been going on for 300 years.
Pull up your stomach and sit down, microbe merchant. You're looking at Wistful Vista's answer to Courier and Hives.
Well, I couldn't think of a nastier answer.
Thank you, Doctor, thank you.
All right.
Praise from you is praise indeed.
Well, I must have missed a line someplace. But give the boy credit for effort, Doctor. You'll have to admit he's trying.
Admit it. I accuse him of it. He's very trying.
Oh, my gosh, the guy's got to have a hobby, hasn't he? What's your hobby?
Needlework. Roll up your sleeve and I'll show you.
Oh, nothing doing. You get under my skin without any extra equipment. What are you staring at my vest for?
Just noticing how full it is, stuffy. Can't button the bottom button anymore, can you?
Well, gee whiz, I get hungry. I exercise a lot, Doc. A guy that exercises...
Yes, he does, Doctor. He exercises harder with a knife and fork than anybody I know.
Well, looking at you, Goonsboro, and your little round hand-painted tummy has inspired me to a little Christmas poem myself.
Yeah?
Maybe you can use it on one of your cards.
Gee, you made one up just sitting here?
Uh-huh.
Let's hear it, Doctor.
Oh, yes, let's.
All right. Christmas is a time of cheer to think of the colorful friends we've got. Like little Bucklebuster here. He is the rainbow at the end of the pot. So long.
The King's Men and Little Teeny tell the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
This is the story of a reindeer, a super extraordinary reindeer. He wasn't what a reindeer ought to be, for he had one peculiarity. Go on, Teeny, you tell him.
Okay, fellas, I'll tell him. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. On one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa Claus lost his way. Then he cried,
Without a light, old Saint Nick can't ride tonight.
Just then along came Rudolph,
Galloping through the stormy night.
lighting the way before him with his little nose so bright.
Santa Claus shouted,
Rudolph,
please guide us on our way. And the reindeer shouted,
Rudy,
come along, we'll let you play. So Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen away.
come on, Rudolph.
Tote that sleigh, hey, 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 Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Brighter than a neon sign.
There used to be 8 reindeer.
Now there always will be 9.
Don't you worry if you should see stormy weather on Christmas Eve. Santa will find his way to you.
'Cause Rudy's equipped with radar, too.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, twinkle, twinkle on your way. Everybody loves that reindeer, 'cause Rudolph saves the day.
For little children.
Yes, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer's here to stay.
That's the end of the story, I bet.
Well, McGee, you're certainly making a shambles of this living room. Paint and ink all over everything. Why don't you give it up?
My dear, did Da Vinci give up? Did Piscasio give up? Did Somerset Maugham give up?
I told you before, Somerset Maugham is not an artist. He's an author.
He's an author. I'm an author and an artist. Who wrote that wonderful little Christmas verse? 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house we could smell Uncle Dennis. He was such an old souse.
Now, McGee.
Who wrote that? I did, 5 years ago. That was the night Uncle Dennis came home.
Now.
Look at this card I designed.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
But you drew the figure too large. The hands and the feet are clear off the page.
I know it. I done that on purpose. This one is for old McDonald at the Third National Bank.
But why did you make the picture so out of proportion?
I wanted him to see how it feels to be overdrawn.
But now, dearie, look. How many cards have you finished?
Well, as soon as I finish this one and 2 more, I'll have 3. Kind of discouraging at that, but it's going smoother now. I'm getting the knack of it.
Oh, McGee, watch it. There goes the ink. Oh, do something, sweetheart. Don't just sit there and watch it pour out onto the floor.
It ain't going onto the floor. It's running down my pants into my shoe. All I got to do is sit here till it dries, and then I can get up and walk.
Oh, dear. Come in.
Hello there, daughter. Hello, Johnny.
Oh, hi, old-timer.
What are you making the Christmas cards for? Christmas?
Well, the way I'm laying eggs with them, I think I'll use them for Easter.
Where's your girlfriend, Bessie, Mr. Oldtimer? Isn't she with you?
No, daughter. Bessie's working down at the carnival. Me and her had a little falling out.
Had a fight, eh?
Nope. Falling out.
Oh?
Out of the top seat of the Ferris wheel.
Heavenly days. Was Bessie badly hurt?
No, she was delighted, daughter. She fell with her face in the cotton candy, and they gave her a job as a bearded lady. Bessie's a sweet kid. Now, anyway.
Well, you can have a lot of fun in the carnival. I mind one time I was throwing darts at some balloons, and a fat lady walked past.
Yes, they sure are fun. Bessie and me went to the Hall of Mirrors.
Oh, that Hall of Mirrors. What those things can do to your shape.
You said it, daughter. Bessie never looked better.
I never quite understood, old-timer. Is Bessie a daughter of the Old South or just an old daughter of the South?
Now, McGee. Say, where did you ever meet her anyway, Mr. Oldtimer?
Well, daughter, I was judge in a beauty contest down in Possum Choke, Alabama, and Bessie won it hands down.
Hands down, eh?
She was scared to raise them. The elastic in her bathing suit bloomers was busted.
Well, what was the contest?
Oh, a bunch of planters was voting on the sugar they'd most like to raise Cain with. They named her Miss Blackstrap of 1914. Incidentally, Johnny, that there painting of yours reminds me. Bessie's papa was a painter.
He was?
Good one, too. I remember one painting he done of the whole family standing around a vat full of moonshine.
Sounds very effective. What did he call it?
Still life. Well, we gotta get down to the carnival to see Bessie, kid. So long.
So long. Now, let me see.
Look, dearie.
Huh?
Let's call this whole Christmas card thing off, shall we? You're ruining your clothes, and the living room is a sight.
Yeah, I know, kiddo, I know. I've been kind of clumsy at it, but I'm getting the knack of it now. What's that noise?
Sounds like something. Heavenly days, grab the glue, McGee. It's running off the table.
Oh, my God. I got it. Oh, what a mess. And look, it went all over all the cards I had done. Dad rat. They're all ruined.
Oh, it's too bad. Dear, oh, dear. Come in.
Hi, mister. Hi, Miss McGee.
Hello, sis. Run along with you. I'm in enough trouble.
Well, now, don't take it out on Teeny, McGee.
I ain't taking it out on Teeny just because I make an unholy mess out of trying to make my own Christmas cards.
I guess if you make your own Christmas cards, you don't want to see these then, mister. So I'll just...
Hey, wait a minute. What was that you said?
Who?
You.
When?
Just now.
About what?
About I don't want to see those.
That's what I thought. These are just some 10-cent cards that I was trying to sell so I could make some money for Christmas, but, well, if you make your own, I guess I...
You got Christmas cards for sale? Come here, kid. I want to kiss you.
Oh? How many cards you want to buy, mister? How many,
How many you got, sis?
About 30, I betcha.
About 30, huh? I'll buy all of them.
Oh, I'll kiss you.
All right, sis. There. Now give me the cards and I'll give you the dough. Boy, are these beautiful. Look at them, Molly.
Lovely.
So colorful.
Mm-hmm.
Such clever verses. How can them commercial companies turn out such beautiful stuff so cheap? Here, sis, here's $3. And thank you ever so much. What's the matter?
Well, nothing, mister, only I guess I better tell you.
Huh?
The reason they're so cheap is they've been used. And the ones that have got writing on them, you'll have to erase. If you need any more, let me know. Our attic is just full of them. So long, mister.
Oh, dear. Hey, Molly, hand me what's left of the glue.
What are you going to do with it?
Drink it. I've been stuck every other way. I might as well go the whole haul.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. Let me remind you again, there is now a self-polishing floor wax that is positively water repellent. It's Johnson's new Glow Coat. That means long-wearing protection for your floors, freedom from ugly spots or drab streaks caused by water. Spill things, muddy footprints, melted snow whisk right off that hard Glow Coat surface. Glow Coat stays on, stays bright, even after repeated damp moppings. And this wonderful new water-repellent quality means that Glow Coat's protective shine lasts up to 4 times longer. That's why Glow Coat is guaranteed to be the most economical self-polishing wax you can buy. So tomorrow, get the smooth-spreading, self-shining floor wax that's positively water-repellent. No change in the Glow Coat package, remember, but what a wonderful difference inside. Ask for the new water-repellent Glow Coat tomorrow.
What are you going to do for Christmas cards next year? Make your own again?
Well, I ain't the type guy that gives up easy, Tootsie. I'm strictly the type guy that he makes up his mind to do something and I do it.
So?
So about December 1st next year, I'm going to the art store, buy a lot of paint and cardboard and brushes.
Oh, no, not that.
And paint a big sign for the front door. Welcome, Christmas card salesman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night, all.
The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's new water-repellent glow coat, Racine, Wisconsin, and Brantford, Canada, bring you Fibber, McGee, and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you?
Here's a time-saving way to keep your furniture sparkling clean and shining bright with almost no effort. Tomorrow, start using Johnson's Cream Wax, the fastest wax furniture polish money can buy. Johnson's Cream Wax cleans so quickly, dries so quickly, polishes so quickly that using it is almost as easy as dusting. A few strokes of a cloth do the cleaning. A few more polish your furniture to a satiny smoothness. And this wax contains no sticky oils to catch dust. Tomorrow, start using the fastest wax furniture polish money can buy. Get Johnson's Cream Wax at your dealers. Stay tuned for Big Town, coming to you next on NBC.
Good health to all from Rexall. It's the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, presented by the makers of Rexall Drug Products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist with a welcome from all 10,000 of us. The 10,000 independent druggists who have chosen to make the word Rexall part of our own store names. We tell you this by the orange and blue Rexall sign on our windows. And we placed that famous symbol there because we carry the 2,000 or more drug products made with the Rexall Drug Company. Like Bismarex, for example. This soothing antacid is one of Rexall's most famous products, and for good reason. In Bismarex, scientifically balanced ingredients work in a continuous relay to bring you prompt and prolonged relief from acid indigestion. Yes, Bismarex is just one more outstanding example of why we family druggists tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. And now your Rexall family druggist brings you the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. Written by Ray Singer and Dick Chevrolet, with Elliot Lewis, Walter Tetley, Robert North, Janine Roos, Ann Whitfield, Walter Sharp and his music, yours truly, Bill Foreman, and starring Alice Faye and Phil Harris. Some time ago, Phil was shown a blue mink coat, which was suggested as a Christmas present for Alice. After 2 weeks of indecision, he has finally decided to buy it, and he's brought Frankie down to the fur shop for his expert opinion.
Mr. Harris, will you please make up your mind? You've had this young lady modeling the fur coat for an hour now. She's getting tired of walking back and forth in front of you.
Well, I like the coat, but I've saved my money a long time to get a coat as good as this, and well, I'm not going to buy it until Mr. Remley makes a decision. What do you say, Frankie?
Keep her walking. Haven't made up my mind yet.
But, Frankie, the girl's getting exhausted. Don't be so thoughtless.
Okay, she can rest a while. Come here, honey. Sit on my lap. Now, look, baby, I'm going to give you one more chance. Are you still busy tonight?
Remley, stop leering at her. Now, let's get back to your decision on the mink coat. All I want is your answer.
You ain't getting no answer from me till I get an answer from her. For the last time, honey, you're going to go out with me tonight, or aren't you?
No.
Get up and keep walking.
Mr. Harris, about the coat.
Remley, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Trying to date a strange girl just because she has a pretty face and a smouthy figure. How a man can lower himself to such depths of degradation is completely beyond my ken.
Well, la-di-da. Curly, where'd you get that line?
From the Stella Dallas program. She's on too early and asked me to release it at this more convenient time. About the coat. Look, Remley, I want to give you a little tip on women. And listen closely, kid, because this comes from the former leader of Wolf Pack number 47. Don't ever force yourself on a dame.
About the coat.
Don't throw yourself at women. Let them throw themselves at you. That's what I used to do. Why, I dated hundreds of gals, and I had no trouble getting them to go out with me. All I did was ask them one simple question, and they'd say yes every time.
What'd you ask them?
Do you want a mink coat?
How did you know, Bud? Oh, you mean do I want this mink coat? For a minute, I thought he was psycho. Frankie, I've made up my mind. I'm going to buy the coat.
Well, thank heavens.
Not so fast. How much you want for this mink-dyed alley cat?
Oh, why, this is a genuine blue mink, and the price is $4,000.
Oh, he must be kidding, Curly. $4,000 for a mink?
Sure. Them little animals are worth a lot of dough. If they weren't, they couldn't afford to run around in mink coats.
That don't seem fair. I get $35 a week, and one of them little... I hate my father.
Why?
He made me be a musician when I could have been a mink.
He could have become a mink?
With Frankie, it's possible. He's done stranger things than that, mister.
Pardon me, gentlemen, but which one of you is the psychiatrist?
What are you talking about, psychiatrist?
One of you must be. Surely they wouldn't let two nuts out alone. I'm sorry, Mr. Harris, but I can't waste any more time for a lousy $4,000 sale.
We told you we'll take the coat, so wrap her up.
Very well, Mitzi. Take off the coat.
Yes?
Not so fast. What do you mean telling her to take it off? Keep it on, Mitzi. We're having you wrapped up.
The law does not go with the coat.
You mean we're spending $4,000 and all we get is an empty coat? Come on, let's get out of here, Curly. This is a clip joint.
Remley, I want the coat empty. I don't think Alice would like a roommate in her mink. All right, wrap the coat up, mister. I'll take it with me.
I don't know if this coat will fit your wife. What size does she wear?
Well, I ain't sure. All I know is she's got a 54 waist.
A 54 waist?
Fat money belt.
What's her waist measurement without the belt?
I wouldn't know. She hasn't had it off in 8 years. Look, mister, I'll go home and I'll get my wife's measurements, and then I'll come back, and then... Oh, gee, but how can I get her measurements without making her suspicious?
I can get them for you, Curly. I'll mark my arm off like a tape measure, put it around your wife's waist, tighten up, and that way I can tell...
Wait. Why do you have to do it with your arm?
So in case I don't get her measurement, it shouldn't be a total loss.
Never mind, Renly, never mind. But I like your idea, but I'm the one that's going to do it. Now, come on, let's get over to the house. Hey, we'll see you later, mister.
Bye, Mitzi.
Mommy, when are you going to make my list out for Santa Claus?
Oh, I'll do it now, Alice. What was it you wanted me to ask for?
I want a pretty dress, new shoes, a washing machine like yours, only a toy one, and a bicycle.
All right, honey. You run along and I'll start your letter to Santa. Let me see now. Things Alice wants for Christmas. Dress, shoes, washing machine, bicycle.
Hello, Alice. The door was open, so I just walked in.
Oh, hello, Willie.
What are you doing?
Writing to Santa Claus.
You're writing to... Oh, my poor sister. I knew if she stayed married to that man long enough, she'd get just as feeble-minded as he is.
I'm writing it for baby Alice. And as soon as I finish this one for Alice, I have to write one for Phil.
Oh, Alice, you're joking. Surely Philip doesn't expect you to write a letter to Santa Claus for him.
He doesn't, huh? Last year I forgot to write Phil's letter, and on Christmas Eve he refused to go to bed until I called Santa long distance.
Alice, you've been married to him for 8 years now. Aren't you finally ready to admit you made a mistake?
No. Phil's boyishness is part of his charm. He may not be the smartest man in the world, but I didn't want a mental giant.
I know. Where is Tiny Tim?
Oh, he's downtown shopping for my Christmas present. You know what, Willie? He's going to surprise me with a $4,000 blue mink coat.
Well, if it's a surprise, how do you know about it?
Somebody is going to suggest it to him.
What makes you so sure?
I know a furrier. You know, I've always wanted a blue mink.
But, Alice, do you think you can wear mink?
What do you mean?
Mommy, Oh, hello, Uncle Willie.
Hello, dear.
Alice, don't interrupt when people are talking. Just what did you mean by that, Willie?
Well, I wondered if you could wear it because you're allergic to certain furs.
Oh, no. The only fur I'm allergic to is lynx.
What does allergic mean, Mommy?
Oh, I'll explain it some other time, honey. I have to start lunch. Your daddy will be home any minute now.
Well, Frankie, I got my arm marked off, but I'm afraid this is going to make Alice suspicious. The last time I came home and put my arm around her, she called the police and made them give me a sobriety test.
Well, gee, Curly, there must be some way you can get her measurements.
Hey, I got it. It just came to me. I know a way to get it, boy. I know a way to get my arm around her, and she'll never catch on. Hey, Alice, I'm home. Hey, watch how smooth this is.
Oh, hello, Phil.
Shall we dance, darling? Oh, how we danced on the night we were wed.
Phil, stop waltzing me around the room. What's the matter with you?
I feel like dancing. Oh, how we danced. We're so tightly embraced. Rim marked us down 24 around the way.
Would you mind repeating that number again?
24 ways.
And now what's with the hip?
Well, hold it, my friend. I need both arms for this.
We got what we need. You can now let her go.
Darling, we love you, star.
Phil, what's going on here?
Second course for length. Oh, how we danced on the night that we met.
If you two want to dance, go dance with each other. I have to finish making lunch.
Oh, all right. Hey, Frankie, I didn't get all the measurements. Look, I'm going upstairs and get the size out of one of her other coats. You stay here and warn me if she happens to come up that way.
Yeah, all right. All this fuss to get a fur coat. Oh, well, as long as I have to wait and there's nothing to do, I might as well read their personal mail. What have we here? Well, a threatening letter from the gas company. Oh, look at this bill Alice got from the beauty shop. $400 for 1 month. How can a woman's... Oh, that's Curly's bill. This is kind of dull. I think I'll look at the outgoing mail. Well, I'm glad to see they're buying Christmas seal. Hey, what's this? Things Alice wants for Christmas. She must have left this here as a hint for Curly. Let's see. No fur coat on here. All she wants is a dress, shoes, washing machine, and a bicycle. Alice wants a bicycle? Oh, must be to reduce her heavy hips. Could it be possible she doesn't want a fur coat? I better tell Curly.
Allergic. Gee, that's a funny word. I wonder what it means.
Hello, baby Alice. You talking to yourself?
Oh, hello, Uncle Frankie. I heard Mommy say she was allergic to fur, and I wonder what it meant.
Oh, it means she's allergic to fur? What kind of fur?
Oh, it sounded something like rinks or pinks or...
You mean mink?
That's it, mink. Well, I better go in and have my lunch. I'll see you later, Uncle Frankie.
How do you like that? Only Curly could be that lucky.
probably one dame in a million that's allergic to mink. He's married to her. Saves himself $4,000.
Well, Ramley, hey, I got Alice's size. We're all set
Curly,
now.
Curly, I got wonderful news for you. Your wife is allergic to mink.
What are you talking about? How do you know?
She told baby Alice she can't wear mink.
Oh, Frankie, this is terrible. I've been saving for 8 years to buy her that coat, and now she can't wear it. Same thing. Now I'm stuck with $4,000.
I'll be glad to help pry you loose from it. I know where we can lay our hands on a defunct bank in Brooklyn.
Never mind. I got my heart set on getting her this coat.
Well, Curly, if you feel that way about it, get the coat.
But she's allergic to mink.
So what? She can do the same thing my aunt did. My uncle bought her a mink coat, and she was allergic to it. As soon as she put it on, her nose acted up something awful, started sneezing. She couldn't breathe. It was terrible.
What'd she do?
What any woman would do if she was allergic to mink.
Oh, sent the coat back, huh?
No, she wears it all the time. You should see how beautiful that coat looks on Aunt No-Nose.
Aunt No-Nose? You mean she...
Yep. The furrier paid for the operation.
Silly. I ain't gonna let Alice have any Furrier pays for it, huh? I wonder how she'd look without... No. Gee, this spoils my whole Christmas. Now, what am I going to give her?
Fortunately, you happen to have a friend who doesn't mind his own business. I have here a list that Alice made up of what she wants for Christmas.
You do? Oh, Rem, you dove, you. Hey, let me have it. Let me see it.
Here you are.
Yeah, let's see what's there. Yeah, dress, shoes, washing machine, bicycle. With dress and shoes, I can understand, but what in the world does she want with a washing machine?
Well, you know, Alice, she likes to keep busy. Maybe she's going to take in washing.
What's the bicycle for?
So she can deliver the washing after...
Why don't you stop?
Well, it's the truth.
It is not. She wouldn't take that work away from her mother. Besides, Alice has a washing machine, and Hey, I got it. I guess she must mean a dishwashing machine. She's always wanted one. But, gee whiz, it doesn't seem like enough of a present. And besides, it's not a glamorous gift for a girl like Alice.
Hey, you're right, Curly. It ain't enough, and it ain't glamorous. Hey, I got it. Get her a combination. A dishwashing machine and a garbage disposal unit.
That's glamorous? Well, if that's what she wants, I'll get it for her. Now, look, Remley, I want to get all the shopping done today because I'm leaving tonight for Houston, Texas.
Well, what are you going to do there?
Well, I'm going to appear with Jack Benny and Dinah Shore at a big charity football game and show on Saturday afternoon. And all of the proceeds will go to the Damon Runyon Cancer Fund, the National Kids Foundation, and Holly Hall of Houston. So you see, it's important that I get the shopping done today.
Yeah.
Now, I'll go down and order the dress and the shoes, and you go over and order a bicycle and that washing machine combination.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, Alice, we're going now. See you later.
Wait a minute, Phil. I want you to listen to the song I'm going to do on Sunday. Gee, every time I mention my song, he runs out of the house. Professional jealousy. Oh, well, I'll do it for my own amusement. Be goody good, good to me. I'll be goody good, good to you. Give me all your kisses, and I'll give mine to you. Don't go out with anyone else. I'll tell the boys I'm through. Be goody good, good to me. I'll be goody good, good to you.
When others try to date you, resist with all your might. And we'll tear up our little black book and see you every night.
Don't wander in the moonlight with anyone but me. And I won't sit with anyone else. Be beneath the apple tree.
Be goody good, good to me. I'll be goody good, good to you. Give me all your kisses, and I'll give mine to you. Don't go out with anyone else. I'll tell the boys I'm through. Be goody good, good to me. I'll be goody good, good to you.
When someone else says, cuddle up, dear, to say no can do.
Be goody good, good to me. I'll be goody good, good to you.
What's taking Frankie so long to get back to the house? I did my shopping, and Uh-oh, that must be him now.
Hiya, Curly. Well, everything's taken care of. How'd you make out?
Well, I got the dress, I got the shoes, and I got... Remley, what are those two crates you have there?
One is the dishwashing machine, and the other is the disposal unit.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have a combination, so we'll have to put them together ourselves.
Yeah, we're very handy at that sort of thing. Look, Alice is at the market, so I'll tell you what let's do.
What?
Let's get into that kitchen and start installing it right now. Hey, we're doing all right, you know.
Oh, of course. It's a cinch. Now, let me see. We got to connect it up to the water pipe.
Yeah, but I wish we had a little more room under this sink. It's kind of cramped in here. You can't...
Groceries, where is everybody?
Oh, we're down here, Julius.
Down where?
We're under the sink.
Well, that's a logical place for a couple of drips. What are you two sitting under the sink for?
We're under here to help Mrs. Harris. She wanted a dishwashing machine and a garbage disposal unit.
Oh. Which one of yous is which?
We're installing the machines.
You two are going to install... Oh, this I gotta see. You mind if I pull up a chair and watch?
Oh, you want to learn something, huh?
Yeah. This should be an interesting lesson of applied stupidity.
Now, let me tell you something, kid. If you're going to sit here and watch, we want you to be quiet. You understand? Quiet. All right, now, Remy, let's get back to that pipe.
Right.
Now, there are two pipes here.
Mm-hmm.
One is for gas, and one is for water. Which is which?
This is the water pipe.
Be quiet, kid.
You heard him. Be quiet.
That's right. Quiet. Pianissimo. You. Let it go. Let it go. I wouldn't even attempt that myself. That's as tough as a foreign word.
I know a water pipe when I see one, kid. Right now, look, Curly. While you hook up this pipe, I'll get the two units installed in the sink, okay? Right.
Hey, we did it, Frankie. We got the whole thing installed.
Neat job, huh, Julius? All right, Curly. Turn on the water and watch it work.
Okay.
Hey, listen to that water. Look in the dishwasher. You'll see it pouring in.
Francis.
Huh?
It ain't coming into the dishwasher. Look on your side.
That ain't coming into the disposal unit either.
Now look at the stove. It's pouring out of there.
Oh, fine. Now, look, Remley, you must have connected the gas pipe to the sink.
Oh, Curly, I'm not that stupid. I forgot to turn on the water valve to the sink. Now then, I'll connect it and we'll audition it.
Now, wait a minute, Frankie. Are you sure we put this thing together right? Aren't these two units supposed to be separate?
No. We got them right.
Oh.
The garbage disposal unit fits right in the middle of the dishwashing machine. That's the way you make a combination of it.
You too?
Sure.
Wonderful. Gee, Frankie, you know everything.
What a perfect friendship. One guy's a moron, the other one's his yes man.
I'm telling you something, kid. You better keep quiet if you want to stand there now. You keep out of this. All right, Grimley, now how's it work?
It's very simple. You take all your dirty dishes with the leftovers and put them in the washer, that way. Now you put the knives and forks in, too.
Oh, they'll both go in there, too.
Everything. Now, when you turn it on, gravity holds the dishes to be washed, while centrifugal force throws the refuse into the disposal unit.
Figures.
Only to you guys.
No, it'll work. Now that I got everything in there, all I have to do is turn on the faucet, let it run for a while, open it up, and presto, we have...
Finely ground dirty dishes and sparkling garbage.
Frankie, will you do me a favor? Now stop arguing with that kid and let's get busy. All right, Julius, you're so smart, we're going to show you. I'll just...
Phil, will you come out to the car and help me Well, what are you fellows doing in the kitchen?
Oh, shucks, Alice. Now you came in too soon. Oh, well, as long as you're here, I might as well show it to you. Hey, honey, now you come over here and stand in front of the sink. Oh, I got a surprise for you, baby. Honey, now you just watch while I turn this faucet on.
What's that?
Now just watch. Never mind that. Duck, honey, duck! Whoa, what's them knives sailing through the air?
Hey, this is fun! What are you doing? He's twisting a wall!
Keep down, Alice, keep down, or you'll get hit with one empty plate.
Yeah, what is this infernal machine?
It's something for you! Merry Christmas, Alice! Yeah, it's your Christmas present, honey. Merry Christmas!
Oh, just what I needed! A set of flying saucers!
Alice and Phil will be back in just a moment. But first, here's your Rexall family druggist.
Whenever a customer asks me to recommend a brand of aspirin, I tell them to choose the tablet that's air-conditioned.
Now I've heard everything. Which one is that?
Naturally, it's Rexall aspirin, ma'am.
But why do you call it the air-conditioned tablet?
Well, it's like this. It's the extremely low moisture content of Rexall aspirin that makes it the fastest disintegrating tablet you can buy. And in order to keep it that way through every step of its manufacture, Rexall aspirin is compounded and compressed into tablets in specially sealed, air-conditioned rooms where the humidity and temperature are kept at ideal levels.
And that's why you say choose the aspirin tablet that's air-conditioned.
Exactly, ma'am. By laboratory test, Rexall aspirin disintegrates faster than any other leading brand tested.
Well, that's good enough for me.
And it's good enough for 10,000 independent family druggists, too. Quality like that is what we're talking about when we tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall.
We're a little late, so good night, folks. We're on our way to Houston. We'll see you Sam Mayfield. Good night, everybody. Good night.
In a recent nationwide survey, American homemakers agreed that one of the most important items in the family medicine cabinet is a reliable all-around mouthwash and gargle. No wonder, then, that millions of American mothers choose Rexall's MI31 to fill that need. Used full strength, Rexall MI31 kills contacted germs in a matter of seconds. And remember, Rexall gives you a full pint of MI31 at the same price you pay for smaller quantities of other leading brands. Ask for it wherever you see the orange and blue Rexall sign on the window. And remember, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Stay tuned for Sam Spade, then Three Great Stars on Theater Guild on NBC.
The Damon Runyon Theater. Once again, the Damon Runyon Theater brings you another story by the master storyteller, Damon Runyon. And this one, Dancing Dan's Christmas. And to tell it to you, here is Broadway.
Thanks. The time this story takes place is Christmas. The time when everybody is saying things about peace on earth, goodwill to men. Now, that is a sentiment with which I go along 300%. And I wish that everyone will take it to heart. However, there are certain citizens who never hear of peace. And goodwill is nice, but not absolutely necessary. And how it happens that I almost spend my last Christmas with no will at all is quite a story, which I will tell you about in a minute.
And now, back to the Damon Runyon Theater and the famous story, Dancing Dan's Christmas.
It is just 2 days before Christmas that I am sitting in Mindy's enjoying some cheesecake and coffee. My enjoyment is not long-lasting because no sooner is the first bite in my mouth than I am joined by a character named Shotgun Sam, so called for reasons that are plain. He sidles up, eyes me for a couple of seconds, then sits down. The cheesecake has no more flavor and gets even less tasty, as Shotgun says as follows.
Broadway, how are you?
First rate. How are you, Shotgun?
Tired. Very tired. Is the cheesecake good?
I just take my first bite.
Oh. I don't see Dancing Dan any place around, do you?
I am not looking for it.
I am.
Oh?
He is as hard to find as warmth in the bookie's heart.
It seems to me that the places to be looking for Dancing Dan would be the nightclubs. He likes to dance.
Mm-hmm. And that is just why I'm looking for him. Because he's such a slick dancer.
You wish to take lessons?
I do not. I wish to give Dancing Dan one. And one he will not forget.
I tell you, I do not see him any place.
I believe you.
Thanks.
Broadway, I do not like the job I gotta do.
Which is?
It seems that Dancing Dan dances too much here lately with the wrong doll.
Muriel O'Neill?
The same. Do you know about it then?
Well, there is a rumor that Heine Schmitz likes it.
Said rumor is absolutely true. And because it is, Heine wishes Dancing Dan to know it.
Look, Shotgun, what harm is there in dancing with Muriel O'Neill?
None, except that Dancing Dan does it more than once. Now I've got to find him and end his career. You're sure you do not see him?
As sure as I am a foot high, I do not.
Okay. But if you do, you will let me know?
Well, to tell the truth, I do not get to many places which are apt to see Dancing Dan.
But in case you do, Heine would take it as a personal favor if you would tell me. Also, he would take it as a personal affront if you do not.
But, Shotgun...
I also would take it as a personal affront. I have got this job to do for Heine. And I would like to get it over with because I wish to get home for Christmas. I do not like to spend the Christmas season hunting for somebody here.
I hear.
Okay. See you around.
Now, when a citizen like Shotgun Sam says he would take it as a personal affront, he means just that. So I make it strictly my business to keep more than somewhat away from the spots where I am likely to see Dancing Dan. Not that I would tip off Shotgun, because I like Dan. But if Shotgun finds out that I see Dan and do not tell him, that is not only the end of my peace on earth, it is the end. So it is on Christmas Eve that I am in Good Time Charlie's, a place Dancing Dan is never likely to show up. The scene is as follows.
This is what is known as Tom and Jerry, Broadway. You like it?
It is very good.
A great thing for Christmas.
Charlie,
Yeah?
how does it happen you have no other customers tonight?
Christmas Eve. Everybody stays home. I figure I'll close up early and...
Who's that?
It does not make any difference. Let him not. Now, as I was saying...
Whoever it is wants to come in.
I gotta close up. No more customers tonight.
Maybe it is someone who wants to see you.
Okay. Leave the door on its hinges. I'm coming.
Hey, Charlie.
Dan. Dancing Dan.
Yeah.
Dancing Dan.
Well, Broadway, how are you?
What are you doing here, Dan?
Here? Well, I just thought I'd drop in and wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Everybody is not here.
So I see. Hey, Charlie, is that a Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, you wish one?
Yeah, just one. Then I gotta go. Here, store this someplace for me, will you?
Yeah. What is in the package? Iron?
Not by a long shot. Well, Broadway, I haven't seen you for a long time. Where you been keeping yourself?
Safe?
Huh? How's it with you, Charlie?
Pretty good. Here. Have a Tom and Jerry on the house.
Thanks. Good.
Yeah.
Dan, is it safe for you to be out?
Huh? Oh, you mean about Heine Schmitz, huh?
That is it.
Well, this is kind of a farewell party, boys. From now on, I'm going the straight and narrow.
You? Why? I mean, this is news.
Yeah. Maybe because I'm in love.
This makes it worse. I presume the doll is Muriel O'Neill.
Mm-hmm. You know, this is Christmas. I figure there's no better time for a guy to cut out his old life and build something new for himself. And that's what I'm going to do. And here's to you, Broadway.
Look, Dan, I'd give 1,000,000 potatoes if I do not see you tonight.
Why?
I just would. You are plenty hot.
Oh, sure. Heine doesn't like me. And when Heine doesn't like somebody, that somebody is in the red. Plenty.
I gotta go, Dan.
Why?
Look, you know I wouldn't give the tip off, Dan, but... Well, Shotgun Sam is looking for you. And when he finds you...
I know.
Broadway is right, Dan. Shotgun will not be particular who is between him and his target.
Yeah.
You sure nobody sees you come in here?
I don't know.
Holy mackerel. Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's funny, isn't it? Here I am, in love with a doll who loves me. I want to go straight. I want to forget the old life and build up something new for Muriel and me. I got to do it the hard way.
Yeah, it is funny.
Okay, tell you what. I'll stay just a couple of minutes. Then I'll take the heat off you two by getting out of here. Okay?
Sure, Dan. You're an all right guy.
Broadway, what do you say?
It's Christmas Eve. What else can I say?
Thanks. Well, Merry Christmas, boys.
It is more than a little uncomfortable in Good Time Charlie's, as any minute we are expecting Shotgun Sam to poke in and end the proceedings. But the half hour goes by, and all three of us are beginning to think that everything is all right, when the scene is as follows.
That is somebody at the door.
Yeah, it is.
There's a back way out of here.
You think they won't have that covered? Open the door, Charlie.
You crazy?
I'm tired of running away. Open the door.
You cannot do this, Dan.
Step back. I'll open it.
No, don't, Dan.
Look, if anything happens, take that package to police headquarters.
Police?
Yeah, there's a note in it. They'll understand. Now get back out of line of the door.
Merry Christmas.
Look, it's Santa Claus.
It is somebody who looks like it.
Hey, look. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Broadway.
Look, it is Ookie.
Yeah, Ookie dressed up like Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'm glad you opened, Charlie. It's pretty cold outside.
Ookie, what is the idea of the Santa Claus suit?
And what is the idea of scaring 10 years out of us?
Who? Me?
Oh, it's okay, Ookie. You didn't know. But like Broadway asked, what's the idea of the Santa Claus suit?
Well, I'm advertising Fletcher's store. 50 cents an hour I get for walking up and down the streets handing out his cards.
Oh, you got yourself a bad cold.
Uh-huh. But I'm going to be all right in a couple of minutes. Just gotta get warm first.
Well, you're crazy. You will get pneumonia if you go out again.
I need the dough bad.
You mean you're so broke you got to walk up and down that Santa Claus suit for half a check an hour?
How do you like that?
Here, Ookie, drink this. A Tom and Jerry.
Yeah? Thanks. That's good. It's nice and hot. But, gee, I wish I could stay in here and talk with you guys, but I gotta beat it.
You are figuring on going out in the cold?
Well, I need the dough. I ain't got a cent, and my wife's kind of sick. I'd kind of like to bring her a little present this year.
Okay. How long you have to walk around like that?
About till midnight.
Well, it's only 10 now.
You will get soaking wet in the snow in 2 hours.
Oh, I'll stop in the storefronts and places to get warmed up. Well, gotta get going. Thanks for the Tom and Jerry.
Sure. Here. Buy the wife a good present, huh?
Oh, gee. Well, thanks, Charlie.
Here, give her one for me, too, huh?
Oh, no, look.
Make it a real Christmas, Ookie.
Well, gee, Dad. Guys, I got a bad cold. Makes me sniffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gotta get going.
Wait, Ookie. You got dough now. Why kill yourself for a measly 4 bits an hour?
Well, it ain't only this job, but Fletch promised me if I'd make good, he'd let me clean up his place overnight, 15 a week. And I need the job. So you see, I gotta do it.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah, I do. I've been pretty sick the past year. Couldn't hold no job, but this year's gonna be different. I promised Midge, my wife.
Ookie, take off that suit.
Huh? But, Dan, I got...
Take it off.
Dan, what's the idea?
I'm not gonna let Ookie walk around with that cold.
Oh, now, please, Dan, I need the job I'm gonna get.
You'll get it, because Fletcher's Santa Claus is gonna walk around.
What are you talking about, Dan?
Me. I'm going to be Santa Claus.
Now I hear everything.
Oh, Dan.
Go on, start taking it off. You stay here till you get good and warm. Then take a cab back home.
Dan, I won't never forget this.
Well, I won't either.
Well, I'll have it off in a jiffy.
Dan, you are crazy. You'll be walking around the streets. You'll be a setup for shotgun. You've got a chance if you keep out of sight.
I'm going to make this the best Christmas I ever had. It says peace on earth, goodwill towards men. Okay, I'm through running away. If Shotgun wants to rub me out on Christmas Eve, let him. I'm not going to run away anymore.
But what about Muriel? Why do you not think about her?
I am. I'm giving her a Christmas present.
Huh?
Yeah. Together, we'd only have to keep running away. By herself, she'll do a lot better. Hurry up with that suit, Ookie.
And now, back to the Damon Runyon Theater and the famous story, Dancing Dan's Christmas.
Well, Dancing Dan puts on Ookie's Santa Claus suit, beard and all. We get a pillow from Good Time Charlie and make Dan look quite a bit like the real thing. And then Just as he is about to leave, the scene is as follows.
Now, who is calling me on the phone?
Answer it, Charlie.
Yeah. I'll be back in just a second.
Dan, for the last time, do not do this.
I'm doing it for Hookie and Muriel.
Who?
It's funny, isn't it? Me being Santa Claus.
I tell you, you got a chance
No,
if you...
nothing.
Hey, Broadway,
Yeah, Charlie.
this call is for you.
What? For me? But nobody knows I am here.
Well, you better take this.
But...
Go ahead, Broadway. I'll wait here till you're through.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
You are not going to like this, Broadway.
Who is it?
Here, take it. I will go back and talk to Dave.
Hello? This is Broadway.
Broadway, this is Muriel O'Neill.
What?
Charlie told me Dan's there.
Well, yeah, he is, but how'd you know?
He said he was going to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Broadway, watch him. Don't let him do anything crazy. Please.
Miss O'Neill, I have no control whatsoever over
Charlie
that.
told me what he's going to do. You mustn't let him, Broadway, please.
What is there I can do?
Talk him out of it.
I tried that for a solid half an
Then
hour.
go with him.
We had a bad connection. I think you say go with him?
Yes.
It is a very bad connection.
Broadway, look, it's Christmas. I love the big goof. I know what he's thinking, and I know what he's doing. Please, stay with him.
Miss O'Neill, I know it is Christmas, and I would like to see what it is like next year, too.
Broadway, they might not try anything if there's somebody with him. Don't you see?
I do not.
You're afraid. All right. Hold him there until I get to him. I'll go with him.
Oh, no. Hey, no, please.
Hold him there.
No, look, Miss O'Neill, there is no... Miss O'Neill. Miss O'Neill.
Step on him, Broadway. I want to get going.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Friend of yours on the phone?
Uh-huh. A friend of mine.
Yeah, what does the friend have to say, Broadway?
Nothing much. Say, Dan.
Yeah?
I think I will walk a piece with you.
Huh? You're crazy.
I need some air.
Broadway, stay here.
I have to meet somebody in a little while. Come on, Dan.
Okay, I can't stop you. Oh, give me that package, Charlie.
What have you got in there, Dan?
Christmas present for the police. Come on, Broadway.
Well, so I am crazy. But I do not like to see Miss Muriel O'Neill taking a chance. So I figure I will go with Dan, so that if Miss O'Neill comes into Charlie's, he will tell her I am with him. We step out into the street. The snow is sparkling under the lights, and the bells are ringing. It is a beautiful Christmas Eve, and everybody looks happy. But me. I am very sad, and more than somewhat jumpy, because I expect any minute to hear something that is not Christmas chimes. But we walk up the street, and the scene is as follows.
Look, Broadway, did you ever see a night like this?
Truthfully, no.
Fresh snow on the street, people laughing, talking. What makes people laugh like this, Broadway?
I wish I know.
So do I.
Look, Dan, how far do you expect to walk?
Not far, just to Muriel's place.
Muriel's?
Yeah. I want to put something in her grandma's stocking.
I do not know what you are talking about.
Oh, her grandmother hangs up her stocking every year and gets nothing. But this year, she's going to have a good Christmas. Just one before she dies. This year, that stocking's going to get something good in it.
Like what?
See this package? Know what's in it?
If it is at all like the rest of this evening, there is a bomb in it.
No. I made a haul. 50,000 clams worth of jewelry. This is Christmas Eve, and so I figured I'd take it back to the police because I am going straight.
You are walking around in a Santa Claus suit with 50 grand worth of jewelry wrapped up in a newspaper?
It's the only paper I could find.
And I am with you?
Take it easy, Broadway. No one will think of frisking Santa Claus for jewelry. Hey, look.
Where? What? Who?
A Salvation Army doll. She is not doing a good business. Come on.
Dan, please, let us get in off the street. You now have your fun.
I have to pass out these cards for Ookie, sure, but meanwhile, we're going to drum up a little business for the Salvation Army doll.
Merry Christmas. And the last.
Good evening, miss.
Oh, hello there, Santa.
I don't see much folding money in that kettle.
Well, people are too busy to stop, I guess.
Uh-huh. Okay. I will see what I can do.
Dan, please, let us get off the street.
Ah, there's a customer. Hey, you.
Hey, you talking to me?
Uh-huh. You know who I am?
You look like Santa Claus to me.
I am. Now, you be one.
Huh?
Put something in the kettle.
Now, look,
No, you look bad. Put something in the kettle.
Well, of course.
And see that what you put in doesn't make a tinkly sound. In fact, no sound at all.
You were the first Santa Claus I ever seen packing around.
I'm different. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
He will tell the cops then.
Hey, you. Come here.
What? I put a $5 bill in the kettle.
Good. Here's your fire.
I don't understand.
I want the little lady to think that it came from you. Now, beat it.
Oh, sure, Santa Claus. Thanks very much.
Now let's proceed. Well, here's my last stop, Broadway.
Look, Dan, forget this business.
Oh, no, I still got Grandma O'Neill's stocking to fill. Come on.
But Shotgun might be watching here.
So, what if he is?
He will get you.
Well, I'm not going to let Shotgun spoil the best Christmas Eve I've had since I was a kid. You coming with me or not?
I can't stand out here on the street.
Well, then come on. She lives on the second floor. Look, Broadway, you stay back of me. Don't use you getting it, too.
That makes good sense. See anybody?
No.
I do not like this. It is too quiet.
Yeah. Well, here we are. See if the door is locked.
Open.
Uh-huh. Let me go in first.
Be careful, Dan.
I'll go in first and light the light. Nobody here. Nobody but Grandma O'Neill. Sleeping.
I do not like this, Dan. They will come looking for you here.
Oh, let them. Look at her, Broadway. Sleeping in her chair. And that stocking hanging up. Every year she does that. And now we gotta make it worthwhile.
Look at that.
Yeah. Pretty stuff, ain't it? You know there's a $5,000 reward out for it?
And you're putting it in a stocking?
Well, why not? It's a nice Christmas present, ain't it? Here we go.
It looks awful funny in that stocking. And it's going to take more than a little explanation how it gets there.
It's here. That's the main thing. Now, let's get going again.
Where to now?
Oh, I don't know. But you can go home if you want to.
Yeah. I guess I will.
She's going to believe it really is Santa Claus. Wait. Somebody came in the door in the hall.
Coming up.
Yeah. Get down, Broadway.
Who's that?
Muriel.
Dan. Oh, Dan. Oh, Dan, you crazy fool.
Oh, now, honey, everything's all right.
Muriel, did you see anybody?
No. But why did you come here?
I had something to do, honey.
Please, Dan, you can't stay here. You can't stay in New York.
What do you want me to do? Run away?
What do you care if that's what it has to be? It's better than being killed.
I don't think so.
Miss O'Neill is right, Dan.
Maybe. Maybe not. Now, look, Muriel. You wait 5 minutes out here in the hall. And you go in your flat.
But why?
Do like I said.
What are you going to do, Dan?
Me? I got a great idea. Do like I said. Broadway, stay with me.
Dan.
Don't come after me.
Broadway, what's he going to do?
Miss O'Neill, I do not know. And even if I do know, I would not understand it. Well, we do like Dan says. We wait 5 minutes, and then we go into Muriel's flat. When she sees the jewelry in the stocking, she makes me tell her what happened, and then she runs out in the street to look for Dan. But he is gone. And it is not until the next day that I hear what happens from Good Time Charlie.
Sure. I am telling it straight, Broadway. Dan goes right to the police and tells them he pulled that jewelry job.
And he leaves the jewelry so Muriel will get the reward?
That is the way I figure it. But she will not accept it.
But now he will get a couple of years at least.
Sure he will.
You know, maybe it is better this way. He goes to the clink, but he does not get rubbed out by Shotgun Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, but there is something I do not understand.
What?
Why is it that Muriel does not take the reward money?
Dolls are very funny people sometimes, Broadway. They are very funny people. She says she will wait for him, and they will start all over again.
Yep, like you say, dolls are very funny people. But, Charlie, there is something even funnier.
Yeah? What is that?
I am not able to figure out why Dan is still alive. And why Shotgun Sam is not watching your place here last night. Or having it watched. Like I say, it is hard to figure that out. Anyway, Dan goes to the pen, but he gets a light sentence because he says he is going straight, and besides, he gives himself up. He gets out and marries Miss Muriel O'Neill, and the last I hear, they are living happily. But that is not the end of the story. And what the end is, I will tell you in a minute. Well, it is a year later that I am once again sitting in Mindy's. It is again Christmas Eve. I look up from my blinkers, and whom do I see but Shotgun Sam? And he is looking at me with a funny look. He comes over and sits down, and the scene is as follows.
Hello, Broadway.
Hello, Shotgun.
It is just about a year since I saw you last, is it not?
Almost exactly.
Mm-hmm. Christmas Eve last year.
Oh, no, you do not see me last Christmas Eve.
I see you last Christmas Eve.
You do not see me...
You were going to say something?
No.
I see you come out of Good Time Charlie's.
You do?
Uh-huh. I'm looking for Dancing Dan. But I'm not looking for him anymore because Heine Schmitz no longer cares for Miss Muriel O'Neill.
Oh. You say you see me last Christmas Eve coming out of Good Time Charlie's?
Yeah. I get a tip that Dancing Dan is headed for there. I get there just as Ookie is going in.
Ah. Ookie?
Yeah. I wait, and then I see you come out with Ookie. I must get a bad steer because Dancing Dan never goes in or comes out.
It must be a bad steer you get. Well, I guess I will go now.
Mm-hmm. So long.
So long. Oh, and, Merry Christmas, Shotgun.
And so ends the famous Damon Runyon story, Dancing Dan's Christmas. Listen in again next week for the Damon Runyon Theater. The Damon Runyon Theater, with John Brown as Broadway, is directed by Richard Sandville, and the story is adapted for radio by Russell Hughes. Vern Carstensen is in charge of production. This is a Mayfair production.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is hair. H-A-I-R.
Really?
You bet your life. Elgin American, creator of America's most beautiful compact, smartest cigarette cases, magic action lighters, finest dresser sets, presents Groucho Marx in the Elgin American show, You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here's that sterling Elgin American, the one, the only...
That's me, Groucho Marx.
Thank you. Well, here I am again with $2,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first on the docket?
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a pair of newlyweds. And here they are, Mr. and Mrs. Frank Goodell. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, youngsters, for Elgin American Compact. And if you say the secret word, you win a 16-millimeter Apollo Sound movie projector that sells for $129.50. It's a common word, something you always have with you. You two are newlyweds, eh?
Right.
Mrs. Frank Goodell, is that right?
Yes.
You're not related to John Goodell.
That's what I know.
You're the blushing bride, I take it.
I'm the bride.
Mr. Goodell, if I'm not too impudent, how old are you?
53.
And you're a newlywed, huh?
That's right.
Took you a long time to find a preacher, didn't it?
Didn't find a preacher, he was a judge.
What were you up on, a traffic rap? And how old are you, Mrs. Goodell?
58.
Well, you don't look it. And,
I'll be honest.
well, you don't have to be honest with me. I won't be honest with you. And how long ago was this knot tied?
4 days.
4 days ago. Was the knot tied good and tight?
I hope so. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Maybe too tight the way he looks right now. Maybe stopping his circulation. Who attended the wedding, Frank?
Oh, the judge and the court clerk.
Where were you out? Bowling? What do you do for a living, Frank?
I'm an attendant at the Brentwood Hospital.
Mrs. Goodell, are you working?
I work there, too.
Oh, you both work there. And you met her in the hospital. How did it happen?
Oh, I just bumped into her somewhere around there on the ground. She can't remember.
You bumped into her on the ground? What were you, crawling along? Can you fill in the details of the first meeting, Mrs. Goodell? It must have impressed you, I imagine.
Well, he isn't altogether right.
About anything?
Well, about our meeting. Because it happened.
I thought you were going to say he wasn't altogether and let it go.
No, I just mean that that isn't altogether the way it happened. A mutual friend of ours, a lady, came to me and said to me, I want you to meet a friend of mine.
Who was crawling along on the ground?
She didn't say that. And
what did she
said,
say?
I want to bring him over to your house. And as I go, I'll say, Frank, get her telephone number. And, of course, if he's seen it 2 times, he'll try it on me. All right, I wrote the Fibber Cafe for him, and then from there we waited for things to happen.
What did you say when you proposed to Mrs. Goodell?
I just said, let's get married.
Did he tell the truth, Mrs. Goodell?
Well, no, it didn't happen quite like that.
Your two stories don't exactly jibe, Frank.
Oh, well, I get all twisted up, you know.
Yeah. Well, when she gets you home, she'll unravel you, I think. Well, in spite of my being so nosy, I hope the wedding bells aren't as cracked as I am, Frank. And we want you to have some perfect Christmas gifts from our sponsor.
For Mrs. Goodell, a gift any bride will enjoy. This lovely engraved dresser set by Elgin American.
That is beautiful.
And what have you got for Frankie boy here, huh?
And Mr. Goodell, for your ideal Christmas gift, Elgin American's hand-engraved sterling silver cigarette case that holds 20 regular or 16 king-size cigarettes.
Well, Frank, let's get back to your marriage, shall we?
Sure, okay.
Well, you don't have to be so enthusiastic about it. Now, after the honeymoon, did you carry her over the threshold?
No, but I'm thinking about it.
Well, that's good enough, I think. Now, Mrs. Goodell, what particular advantages are there in marrying late in life? I mean, you get companionship.
Companionship, yes, indeed.
Security. You have anything to add to that, Frank?
Not a thing. Everything she says is right.
Haven't you any ideas of your own about why it's nice you got married?
Oh, sure. Clean clothes. Someone to cook for me and play
Clean
canasta.
clothes, huh?
Yeah.
You could have married a laundromat, you know.
Someone to play canasta with.
Good thing he isn't crazy about football, huh? You might have married Red Grange, huh? Red Grange. That'll give you an idea of the last time I saw a football game. Now, what's been your biggest thrill, Mrs. Goodell?
I think the fact that we are married. When I met
That's
her.
a very sentimental answer. That's very pretty. Now, what about you, Frank? What's been your most thrilling experience that you can remember?
When I shot my first deer.
You know, you've got more romance in your little fingers than you have in all the rest of your body. Well, it's certainly been nice having you here, and we want to best wishes to both of you, from all of us. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to work together as a team for $2,000. But first, I want you to pay attention to this.
Hello? Of course I was asleep. What's keeping you awake all night? I know you have to mail it tomorrow to reach her for Christmas. Send a compact set like your Elgin American. Anyone would adore it. All right, so I'm wonderful. Now go to sleep. Good night.
Don't lose sleep over your gift list. Use that wonderful idea, a matching exquisite Elgin American compact and cigarette case to thrill any woman. Add the matching lighter to impress her even more. These very fashionable sets are great value. Start at just $9.95. $6.95 for Elgin American's companion American Beauty set. Come in sterling silver, too. Tomorrow, buy these stunning compact gifts with matching cigarette case, lighter, or both with the prestige name women prefer, Elgin American.
Okay, now see if you'll get a chance at the $2,000 question. You're going to play the Elgin American game, you bet your life. Fenneman, explain the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of four questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $2,000 question at the end of the show. Our other two couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected major cities of the world as your category. Here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to try?
5.
In what country is the city of Leipzig?
Poland.
One answer between you now. No, I'm sorry. It's Germany.
They now have $15.
Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. How much of the 15 will you try?
5 more.
5 more. In what country is the city of Prague?
Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia is right.
Now they have $20
All right,
again.
now you're back where you are. Here's your third question. How much of the 20 are you going to risk?
10 of it.
$10. In what country is the city of Sheffield?
England.
England is correct.
They're on the way now. They have $30.
You've got $30. How much are you going to try? $10. All right. And what country is the city of Warsaw?
Poland.
Poland is correct.
And they wind up with $40.
Thanks and good luck from Elgin American Compacts. Now stick around. You're still in the running for the big question.
Well, Groucho, the secret word is still hair.
It is.
And our next couple may say it. They've been in a waiting room off stage, and here they come. A postal clerk and a housewife selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. Mrs. Carrie Wolf and Mr. Jack Nelson meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins a 16-millimeter Apollo Sound movie projector instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Mr. Jack Nelson. How are you?
Fine.
Jack Nelson, I knew you were the postal clerk. You had that baggy look about you. Where are you from, Jack?
I was born in Mississippi.
Uh-huh. And what zone number?
Well, they didn't have zones in those days.
Mrs. Carrie Wolf? Where are you from, Carrie?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. About 10 minutes ride from the river on a streetcar.
Any particular river?
Mississippi.
Oh, the Mississippi. What does your husband do, Carrie?
He's a chemical salesman.
Chemical salesman?
Yes.
What kind of a salesman is that, huh?
Oh, he sells all kinds of chemicals.
Well, then I guess he's a chemical salesman. Huh? How'd you meet him?
Well, I met him at a picnic, and he said if I had a bathing suit, I'd go in swimming. So I told him I'd loan him mine. He weighed 120 pounds, and I weighed 204. So,
and what were you wearing?
I didn't go in the water. I didn't want to get my hair wet.
Well, Mrs. Wolf, you said hair, and that's the secret word. George, tell her what you win.
A 16-millimeter Apollo sound movie projector. Now, Mrs. Wolf, you can show regular Hollywood sound movies or movies you take yourself. It sells for $129.50.
Jack, tell me, who do you work for? Insufficient postage.
United States Post Office.
You work for the post office, but who's your boss, then?
Well, the Postmaster General.
Don't be so sure, you know. The way things are going in Washington these days, you're liable to find your boss as the Postmaster Admiral. So what do you do as a postal clerk?
Well, I sell money orders. I work in the register section and sort mail.
Sort mail. Tell me, do you run across some pretty interesting confidential letters?
Oh, I never read letters.
Well, then I'll never waste my time writing you a letter. Are there any new postal regulations we should know about this year?
Yes, there's one important one.
What's that?
Well, that is to put 2 cents on all unsealed Christmas cards instead of 1.5 cents.
Mm-hmm. Just put a 2-cent stamp on it? Don't you have to put the address on it? Now, posters do. That's you. Tell me, Mr. Nelson. Maybe you don't read letters, but I bet you read what's on the postal cards, don't you?
Well, only the ones addressed to myself.
This baby is on to me. You mean you don't even take a little glance at other people's postal cards?
No.
Well, how do you know where to deliver them? Now, tell me, Dead Letters, I presume the Christmas season is your busiest time. Do you have any advice for our listeners that will make your work easier?
Yes, they could address all letters plainly and be sure that all packages are tied securely and mail the letters early.
Can you read mail when you hold it up to the light?
No.
Oh, you've tried it, huh? Well, it's been interesting having you here, and we want you to have the perfect Christmas gifts from our sponsor. Fenneman?
For Mrs. Wolf, Elgin American's beautiful simulated pearls. They're the finest pearls made by man. I'm sure you'll enjoy them.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And for Mr. Nelson, Elgin American's popular cigarette case with today's smart leather-like look. Something to show off.
Now, let's play You Bet Your Life for $2,000. You run your $20 into more than the other two couples, and you get the chance at the big question later. Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners how much the first couple won.
The newlyweds won $40.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected capitals of states as your category. Is that right?
That's right.
How much are you going to try?
10.
$10. All right. What is the capital of Colorado?
Denver.
Denver is correct.
Groucho, they have $30.
Don't forget, you're going for $2,000 tonight. How much of the $30 will you try?
25.
Is that all right with you, Jack?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. What is the capital of Utah?
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City is correct.
They're climbing, Groucho. They have $55.
And here is your third question. How much of the 55 are you going to try?
52.
What about you, Jack? You've got something to say about this, too, you know.
About 50, I think.
50? Is that all right with you, Carrie? All right. Now, what is the capital of South Dakota?
Pierre.
Pierre is correct.
Now they have $105.
All right. You've got $105, and here's your last chance to beat the other couple. Now,
105.
you're going to bet is that all right with you, Jack?
Yes, that's fine.
105. What is the capital of Arkansas?
Little Rock.
Little Rock is correct.
And they wind up with $210.
All right, guys. Thanks and good luck from Elgin American Compacts. Now, in just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life, and then we know who gets the $2,000 question. But right now, listen.
Jingle bells, jingle for the girls. Oh, what joy it is to get Elgin American's gorgeous pearls.
That's a woman's theme song this Christmas. Elgin American's new and fabulous simulated pearls are a joy to receive and wear. Make the most luxurious gift for the most reasonable price. Pearls have a beauty that's always in fashion. And Elgin American pearls have the beauty never seen before. They're a revelation in quality, luster, class. Come distinctively gift boxed, even jewel boxed in metal for her dressing table. Yet all this complete superiority costs just $2 to $20 plus tax. See chokers, ropes, bracelets, earrings, strands for children and teenagers, too. Buy them tomorrow for the gift supreme. They're the simulated pearls of all time, the values of all time. Magnificent Elgin American pearls.
Now then, we soon know who's going to earn the most money and get the chance at the $2,000 question. George, who's leading so far?
The postal clerk and the housewife with $210. And the secret word is still hair. Our final couple is coming in from their waiting room. Perhaps they'll say the secret word. We invited some physical instructors to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, the studio audience selected Mr. Karis Kern and a high school boy, Jules Kirker, to be his partner. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, Giants, to the Elgin American. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins a 16-millimeter movie projector instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. So you're a physical instructor.
Yes.
Physical instructor, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Where are you from, Karis?
Colfax, Colorado.
Is that near Hot Fats? Colfax?
That's right. I think they changed the name, though.
Well, I should think they would. Where are you from, Shrimp? Huh? Julius, huh?
Yeah. You can call me Jules.
Well, that'll be fun, huh? Call me Jules, too, huh? Where are you from?
I was born in the capital of the United States, Brooklyn.
Not since the World Series, old boy. Do you have any children at home?
No, I'm only 15.
You have 15 children at home, huh?
No, I'm only 15 years old.
Well, answer the question. Do you have any children at home?
I have 2 sisters and a brother.
Well, that's a nice-sized family. How long have you been married?
I'm not married.
Well, how'd you meet your wife? Once I fasten on to something, there's no letting go. How'd you meet your wife, Julius?
Well, I haven't got a wife.
Oh, a bachelor, eh? You live all alone?
No, I live with my family.
Now we're getting someplace. Why didn't you say so? How big is your family?
Well, I have 2 sisters, a brother, my mother and father, and myself.
Mm-hmm. You're evading the question. How big is your father?
My father's not so tall, but I have a brother taller than you.
Don't forget I'm sitting down here. And I'm wearing glasses, huh? Mr. Karen, who are you?
I'm a physical director.
Now, you're threatening me, too, huh? Where do you do your physical instructing?
At the Marcy House of Health.
I thought Marcy was in the cold, cold ground, huh? Well, what do you do in this abattoir, huh? Slaughterhouse, isn't it?
We add years to your life and life to your years.
Did you just make that up?
No, that's our motto.
Oh. Tell me about him, so what are some good exercise people can do at home?
One of the best is open the window and stand for it and take several deep breaths.
No, that wouldn't be any good for me. I haven't got strength enough to open the window. Huh? How's your wife, Julius?
I've got a wife.
She left you, eh? Well, you still got your family, huh? You tell your father he doesn't scare me a bit. Are you working, Julius?
Sometimes I work down at my dad's store.
What kind of a store?
He has a grocery store down at Bray and Adams.
Uh-huh. What's the name of it?
The Brea Food Center.
You ever hook any stuff down there?
Well, what I do for him is sometimes when he's busy, I stock and answer the telephone sometimes.
What kind of phone calls do you get there?
People having orders.
Like what? What do they order?
Food.
I didn't think they ordered underwear in the grocery store. How much dough do you make down there?
All depends.
Depends if your father's out of the store, you mean? What are you saving for?
Made my college education.
Where do you want to go?
Undecided.
Is that near here? You've got a girl, Julius, huh?
Yeah, slightly.
Well, she should be slight at that age. What is she like? Could you describe her, Julius?
Well, she wears jet black hair. Sometimes she wears...
Here we go again. You just said hair, and that's tonight's secret word. George, tell him what he wins.
A 16-millimeter Apollo sound movie projector. Now, Julius, you can show regular Hollywood sound movies or movies you take yourself. It sells for $129.50.
How's your wife, Julius?
Haven't got a wife.
Oh, you got rid of her, huh? Still got your family, I hope. Now, we have some wonderful Christmas gifts for both of you. George?
For Julius, Elgin American's exclusive heart-shaped compact that's definitely different. It's jeweler's bronze that looks like gold. Just the thing for his mother's Christmas present. And for Mr. Kern, this lovely sterling silver compact with 14-karat gold engraving. An Elgin American, of course. His wife will fall in love with it Christmas morning.
Now, let's play You Bet Your Life. If you can beat our other two couples in the quiz, you'll get a crack at the $2,000 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The postal clerk and the housewife are ahead with $210.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous pioneers of science and invention. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, how much are you going to bet on your first question?
10. Okay.
Okay.
Who invented the sewing machine?
Benjamin Franklin. I think it is Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
No. I'm sorry. It was Elias Howe. H-O-W-E.
They now have $10.
Well, you're down to $10. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. How much of the $10 will you try?
Five.
Okay. Who discovered the preventer for rabies?
Louis Pasteur.
Louis Pasteur is right.
They're climbing back. They have $15.
That's right. Louis Pasteur. That's Tony Pasteur's brother, huh? Now, here's your third question. You have $15. How much are you going to try? $10? Who invented the wireless? One answer between you.
Benjamin Franklin.
No, you're just Benjamin Franklin happy here, that's all. This time it happened to be Marconi.
They now have $5.
Well, now you've sunk all the way down to $5. You're getting as low as Julius here, huh? Now you've got $5. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the $5 are you going to try?
Throw the works.
You're going to shoot the works, huh? Who invented the cotton gin? Eli Whitney is correct.
And they wind up with $10. And that means the housewife and the postal clerk with $210 get the chance at the $2,000 question. And now, a word from Myron Wallace.
The name Elgin American means the very finest quality, designing, finish, and craftsmanship. the best value. In exquisite compacts, gorgeous simulated pearls, magnificent dresser sets, magic action lighters, wondrous lighter cases, distinguished cigarette cases, handsome military sets, fascinating musical humidors. Your favorite store has a complete assortment of the newest Elgin American styles right now. See them. And for your own proud use, for thrilling prestige gifts, always buy Elgin American.
And here's the winning couple, Groucho, the postal clerk and the housewife.
Ready to try for $2,000, eh? Good luck. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so talk it over thoroughly. And please, no help from the audience. Ready? The chairman of Europe's Western Union Defense Alliance is a famous British soldier. He wears a beret. For $2,000, what's his name? All right, what is the answer you two have decided upon?
General Montgomery.
General Montgomery is right, huh? That's right, that's right. That's right, you win $2,000. You had the right answer, so you win $2,000 from Elgin American Compacts. What are you going to do with all that money? What are you going to do with it, Mrs. Wolf?
Whenever I have a streak of good luck, I always remember charity, and then I have to go under two major operations, and that'll take care of that.
Well, that's a very worthy way of spending the money. And while you're thinking of charity, remember, charity begins right here, right? Now, Mr. Nelson, you old postal clerk, you, what are you going to do with your swag?
Well, I'm going to finish buying furniture for the house, and I'd like to make a contribution to the Westview Hospital for Negroes.
Well, you received... Let's see, you received lovely gifts from Elgin American. You won $2,000 plus $210. You really cleaned up tonight. Congratulations.
The Elgin American Show, You Bet Your Life, is a John Goodell production. Transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Remember, next week's big question pays $1,000. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx. Presented by the creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, magic action lighters, and finest dresser sets, Elgin American.
Good night, folks. Have you looked at your compact lately? Don't go away now. Bing the Crosby is next, you know.
Presented by Chesterfield, The Bing Crosby Show, produced and transcribed in Hollywood with John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, Judd Collins of the Bears and Bing's guests, Carole Richards and Jimmy Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just been entertained by the Groucho Marx program. And in just 30 minutes, George Burns and Gracie Allen will entertain you. While we're waiting for George and Gracie, here's a man to fill in the gap, Bing Crosby.
A gap, I am now, huh? Well, it's very nice of you to rave about Groucho Marx and Burns and Allen, but do you think it wise to kick me around with Christmas so close?
Oh, no,
you can get
Bing.
shut out entirely, you know.
What
When I sandwich you in between Groucho and Burns and Allen, that's a compliment.
Oh.
You see, in this Wednesday night sandwich, as I have named it.
You have?
Yes, I have. Groucho. Groucho in this sandwich is one piece of bread, and Burns and Allen is the other piece of bread.
And me?
You are the meat.
Oh. You mean ham?
No.
Roast beef?
No.
Lamb?
No, I consider you more the liverwurst type.
Slice?
No, more of a spread.
I think I was better off as a gag.
Thing, you're not offended about me mentioning George Burns, are you?
Say, if I'm not offended at liverwurst, why should I be offended at Sugar Throat Burns?
Well, you know how you are about other singers.
Oh, what are you talking about? I go out of my way to help other singers. I've boosted Sophie Tucker all my life. But that George Burns, it's impossible.
What about it?
Well, when Sugar Throat Burns sings, it sounds like the mules are beating him. What does he want? Why does he insist on becoming a singer?
I understand from the grapevine that he's going to step into Jolson's shoes when Al retires.
Oh, when Jolson retires, he's going to have a long wait. You know, Jolson's got one knee he hasn't even used yet. Now, Ken, enough of world problems. The rhythmaires are approaching, and our opening selection is going to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is a powerful thing featuring Gloria Wood as Rudolph. You ready, Gloria?
Yes, I am.
John Scott, we're gone. This is exciting. Well, you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
Ah, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Watch it, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history.
I'm Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You all right?
I've got a very shiny nose.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call me names.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Then how the reindeer loved me as they shouted out with glee.
You're pressing, kid. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you go down in history. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, on Jolson, on Rudolph. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That was very good, Bing and Kid.
Thank you, Ken.
Bing, did you ever stop to think how wonderful it is that Santa Claus travels all over the world and stops at everybody's house in just one night?
Hey, he certainly gets around. Now, how does the jolly old boy accomplish this thing, Ken?
Why, he has the right combination of the world's best reindeers.
Right combination, huh?
Yes, and incidentally, it's that right combination of the world's best tobaccos that make Chesterfields get around so fast.
I follow you, Ken. Yep, it's the right combination of the world's best tobaccos, the way they're put together and blended, that make Chesterfields such a wonderful smoke.
Yes, and Chesterfields are always milder than other cigarettes because of that blend. And they're B, better tasting. Tastes better than other cigarettes because of that blend.
And they're C, cooler smoking. They smoke cooler than other cigarettes because of that blend.
Believe us, friends, that right combination of the world's best tobaccos makes Chesterfield the best cigarette for you to smoke.
Chesterfield satisfy women and men. Chesterfield's over and over again. Smiler, but smiler, all smokers agree. Always by Chesterfield's ABC.
From the Paramount picture, The Great Lover, which incidentally seems like an extravagant title when you consider that Mr. Robert Holt is featured, comes the following ballad. They say, and gypsies know, one day, many moons ago, two lovers knew such bliss, 1,000 violins played when they would kiss. And now, like days gone by, when two gypsy lovers tie, 1,000 violins, sighing violins, come from the sky. Ah, sweet serenade, please come to me. I need your aid to make her see. Make those lips that haunt me so and taunt me so, want me so. My darling, take my heart and make magic music start. Be still, and we may hear those 1,000 violins so near. Make those lips that haunt me so and haunt me so, want me so. My darling, take my heart and make magic music start. Be still, and we may hear those 1,000 violins so Violins sound like 1,000. It doesn't do.
See, that's a beautiful song, Bing, but it doesn't seem to belong in a Hope picture. I admit Bob is very clever.
By clever, you mean he's fooling the public.
Well, that's clever.
Well, I try. I didn't get much with it, but I threw it in there.
But, Bing, what I'm getting at, I can't understand a baggy pants comedian like Bob daring to sing a beautiful ballad like 1,000 violins.
Ken, you know what violin strings are made of, don't you?
Yeah.
That eliminates the next 3 lines of this script. But now, Ken, it's time to introduce our first guest, a very charming young vocalist, Miss Carole Richards.
Hiya, Bing.
Carol, you got a song ready for the folks?
Well, just happened to have one. I thought I might do I Can Dream Candy.
You might do it.
Mm-hmm.
You better do it, or we're going to have another gap right now. Go ahead and dream, Carol.
No matter how near you'll be, you'll never belong to me. But I can dream, can't I? Can't I pretend that I'm locked in the bend of your embrace? For dreams are just like wine, and I'm drunk with mine. I'm aware my heart is a sad affair. There's much disillusion there, but I can dream, can I? Can I adore you? Although we are oceans apart, I can't make you open your heart, but I can dream, can I? Can I adore you? Although we are so far apart, I can't make you open your heart, but I can dream, can't
Very nice, Carol. That was beautifully done. Friends of ours in the Sagebrush Belt will be interested to hear that Carol Richards is currently appearing at El Rancho Vegas, along with our dear friend Joey Lewis. Give him our love, Carol. And now, folks, here's an old friend of ours. He's always been considered a catch, not only in the entertainment world, but also among the pursuing fair sex. However, since he was last with us, his status has changed considerably. In fact, I might even say completely. Because now Hollywood's most famous bachelor has went and did it. And it's with pleasure and congratulations that we welcome ex-bachelor Jimmy Stewart to the Chesterfield Show. James, you look wonderful.
Well, thanks, Bing. You know, all my friends tell me the same thing ever since Gloria and I got married.
It's a fact. I really mean it. Your eyes have real sparkle. You have more zip and zing.
I also snap, sizzle, and pop.
Well, you wait till you've been married as long as I have.
No more snap, sizzle, and pop?
No, just flap, fizzle, and flop. Hey, Jim, tell me, where'd you and your bride go for your honeymoon?
No, we went marlin fishing at Sun Valley.
You went marlin? Laddie boy, Sun Valley's 1,000 miles from the ocean. There's no marlin fishing there.
Well, who cares?
I guess you're right. Who wants a marlin when you have your darling, huh? You know, Jim, I'm sure your marriage made Gloria happy, but I want to tell you something. It made a lot of other women very unhappy.
It did?
Sure. The day you became a groom, Jimmy Stewart fan clubs throughout the nation wore their bobby socks at half-mast.
Golly.
Yes, and grown-up women all over the world drank a solemn farewell toast to their lover boy. Martinis with black olives in them.
Oh, now, Bing.
That's true. Gosh, what a tough year the poor girls have had. Why, before their tears had dried over losing you, the next shock came like a bolt out of the blue.
What?
Vice President Barkley.
Oh. An awful year, really. Yeah, the Missouri Waltz used to be the theme song of Washington. Now it's St. Louis Woman.
I just can't get over you. And the vice president, especially you. Everybody was betting 20 to 1 that you'd remain single the rest of your life. Did you know that? 20 to 1. What made you decide to get married?
I think I just couldn't pass up those odds.
Besides picking up a lovely bride, you also grabbed some lovely loot, huh?
No, enough to buy a license, pay a minister, and rent a tuxedo.
Now, Jimmy, besides making expenses, what are the reasons that made you forsake bachelordom?
Well, to tell you the truth, Bing, I wanted to get married a long time ago, but I didn't have a girl.
Well, I guess a girl's a definite must. You want to get married.
Unless you're a girl yourself, and then, of course, a man would be necessary.
That's what I like about you, Jimmy, your innate ability to see both sides of a problem.
Thanks very much.
You're incisive in that respect.
Well, anyway, I finally found the right girl, and that's about all there is to my getting married.
What baffles me is how a girl could get used to a fellow as bashful as you are.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, Gloria happens to be very shy herself.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember the first time we were introduced, she took one look at me and ran and hid in a closet.
Oh, she is shy.
Mm-hmm. I got so flustered, I ran and hid in a closet.
Well, a meeting like that can never lead to romance.
Well, it can if you both pick the same closet.
What a fair. Hey, boss, James, tell me, how did you ever get up nerve enough to kiss your bride after your wedding?
Oh, well, Chuck, when it comes to girls, I'm just as aggressive as the next fella. After the ceremony, I just barged over and got in that line like everybody else. Went around 6 times.
Oh. What a wolf.
And the next time I see one of those lines, she's going to get kissed again.
Jim, after living alone for so many years and being your own boss, how does married life strike you?
Well, I'll tell you, Luella.
Wait till I get my... How do you
get... we get along wonderfully. But women do funny things. Now, like at breakfast this morning, Gloria said, I had to pay the gardener this morning, so while you were sleeping, I took $20 out of your pants pocket.
Yeah. Well, you can't break them of those habits. But if you want revenge, do what I do. Now, you know, when Dixie says to me, I took that $20 out of your pocket, I say, that's all right, honey. I'll still get by today. I have a $10 bill in this other pocket.
Oh, what kind of revenge is that?
Oh, yeah. Drives them crazy when they think they missed something. They can't stand it. They can't abide it. Jimmy, I don't want to pry into your private life as if I haven't been, but I think that all of our listeners would really be interested in knowing how you finally got up enough nerve. Now, how did you really build yourself up to ask Gloria to marry you? How'd you do that?
You mean you want to know how I proposed?
Yeah.
In front of all these people?
Sure. Sure.
Well, Bing, a fella can't propose all alone. You need a girl.
Well, I'll help out. I'll be Gloria, and we'll reenact exactly what took place the night that you popped the question.
No, Bing, I can't do that.
Well, why not?
Well, suppose I ask you to marry me and you accept. That's big enough.
Come on, Jimmy. We'll put you in the mood. Come on, John.
We now take you to the home of Miss Gloria McLean, who will be played by Mr. Crosby. And we find Miss McLean and her suitor seated in the living room.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yes, Gloria?
Come over here and sit beside me.
Well, wait till I cover the birdcage. They keep staring at me.
Jiminy, those are lovebirds. You notice how they're snuggling together? Why don't we do that?
Oh, we could never get in that little cage.
Oh, Jimmy, you're so bashful.
No, I'm not. Now, as a matter of fact, I had something very important to ask you. Gloria?
Yes, Jimmy.
Gloria, have you ever thought of changing your name?
Why, yes. What have you got in mind?
Well, Catherine might be a nice...
Oh, Jimmy.
No, what I started to say, I mean, I thought perhaps, or maybe I shouldn't mention it, but I've just got to come right out with it. Gloria?
Yes?
You said yes. You said yes.
Jimmy, what you so excited about?
Well, I just proposed to you. You said yes.
I did?
Oh, honey, you made me the happiest man in the world, I think.
Jimmy, aren't you going to kiss me?
No, I got to go home.
But, Jimmy, we're lovely. We use ponds. We're engaged.
Now, I'll phone you in the morning, Gloria.
Well, don't go. It's still early.
I really can't say.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I got to go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has been
hoping that you drop
so very nice.
I'll hold your hands there just like
I ought to say no.
Mind if I move in?
At least I'm going to say that I tried.
What's the sense of first class?
I really can't say.
Oh, baby, don't hold out.
Oh, baby, it's cold outside.
Thing, and Jimmy, I'm sure that lovers all over the world will find inspiration in your little offering.
Oh, thanks very much, Ken.
Say, Jimmy, you know it's getting pretty close to Christmas, and for the smokers on your list, this year Chesterfield has something special, the Chesterfield Christmas carton.
Oh, it makes a nice gift, Jimmy.
Well, I got to pick some of them up.
Yeah, it's really an attractive package. It's in full color with a picture of Chesterfield's Arthur Godfrey dressed as Santa Claus.
Arthur Godfrey? Well, what's the matter with you, Bang? Why didn't Chesterfield put your picture on the Christmas card?
Well, I can't wear a Santa Claus suit, Jimmy. You see, I'm not stout enough to be believable as Santa.
Oh, uh-huh.
The costume would sag on me.
You can fill out the pants, all right.
I appreciate your confidence, Jimmy.
I'll bet Chesterfield didn't even ask you to have your picture on the Christmas carton.
Oh, yes, they did, Ken. I could have had my picture on that carton right with Godfrey.
Well, why didn't you then?
Well, they wanted to dress me up in a Buster Brown suit and sit me on Godfrey's lap. I wouldn't hold still for that. I was supposed to hold a balloon in one hand and a candy cane in the other.
Anyhow, friends, just drop around or phone your neighborhood dealer and order the bright Arthur Godfrey Christmas Chesterfield carton. It'll completely satisfy every smoker on your list.
Here's a tune. It's called the Christmas Song. Looks like it's destined to become one of the Yuletide season's genuine standards. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa is on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is bound to spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Buddy Cole, for that very listenable piano interlude. Well, my thanks to Carole Richards and Jimmy Stewart tonight, too, for joining us this evening.
Who's with you next week?
Well, next week, Jimmy, our guest will be Miss Ethel Barrymore.
Oh, there's a wonderful lady.
Isn't she? We're especially happy that Miss Barrymore will be with us next week, Jimmy, because it's our Christmas show.
Oh, it sounds like a real gift for everybody.
In addition to Jingle Bells, White Christmas, and some of the other favorite songs, we'll present a brand new Christmas play. Thanks again, Jimmy. We'll see you soon.
Oh, I enjoy it. Good night, boy.
Good night.
See you next week in Chesterfield, folks.
The best cigarette for you to smoke.
The Bing Crosby Show is produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Bill Morrow and Murdo McKenzie. Tune in next week and hear the Bing Crosby Show and Bing's guest, Miss Ethel Barrymore. Ladies, only 10 days till Christmas, so remember to get him a big Christmas humidor of smooth, sure fresh velvet pipe and cigarette tobacco. It's a double pleasure to any smoker when you give this generous humidor of velvet. It smokes cool and sweet in both pipe and cigarette. In every way, the gift for him is a Christmas humidor of velvet, America's smoothest smoke. Jimmy Stewart is currently seen in the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer picture, The Stratton Story. The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show follows immediately.
The Kraft Foods Company, makers of Kraft Quality Foods, presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous cheese food Velveeta. Everybody goes for Velveeta's rich yet mild cheddar cheese flavor in snacks, in sandwiches, and in hot dishes. And Velveeta, you know, helps supply important food values from milk and is as digestible as milk itself. That's why smart homemakers keep Velveeta on hand regularly to spread or slice and to melt for grand economical hot dishes. Tomorrow, get Velveeta, the cheese food of Kraft quality. Well, it's a crisp, cold night in Summerfield,
Here and there, a lighted Christmas tree glows warmly in a window. Holly wreaths have begun to appear. The ground is white with new snow, and it's still falling. Big fat flakes that cling to the porches and the trees, and to the brim of the Great Gildersleeve's hat as he hurries down his front steps. Makes a cautious turn as he reaches the sidewalk, and then strides gaily up the street toward Catherine Milford's house.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. What?
Wait for me!
Leroy, I wouldn't run so fast. These sidewalks are slippery.
Sure, I can slide even. Look here.
Pretty good. This is one time those big feet come in handy. Better than skis, Leroy.
Where you going, Unc?
Well, I thought I'd be dropping in at Miss Milford's for a while this evening.
Can I walk with you? I'm going to Piggy's house. They're putting up their tree tonight. We're going to decorate it.
Well, good. Don't stand on the furniture.
You going to help Miss Milford decorate her tree?
Well, you can never tell, Leroy. We may string a few cranberries, drape the icicles around.
What if Dr. Olson is there?
Leroy, don't you worry about Dr. Olson.
I'm not. But you said he was a pain in the neck. You said he was always hanging around her house when you wanted to be there.
Well, you weren't supposed to have heard that, but it used to be that way.
How is it now?
Yeah. Suffice it to say, my boy, that your old uncle has a situation very well under control. The fact is, I haven't seen Dr. Clarence Q. Olson in over 3 weeks.
Gee, then you're winning, aren't you, Unc?
You bet I'm winning.
Golly, you got to be smart to be the doctor, too.
You said it.
Gee, you're my uncle.
Yeah.
Well, here's Piggy's house. See you later, Unc.
Yeah, see you later, Leroy. Yes, sir, there's a mighty fine boy.
Well, Throckmorton.
Hello, Catherine.
Come on in. My, it's snowing out, isn't it?
Well, just a little.
Look at you. You have a big snowflake right on the end of your nose.
I do? Well, cold nose, warm heart.
Let me take your coat.
Thank you. Well, beautiful tree, Catherine. And Christmas presents. All those for me?
No, but you can help me finish wrapping them.
Fine. A lot of presents.
Well, Mother and I have a lot of relatives.
Oh, sure.
Then I couldn't forget those darling children down at the hospital.
Oh?
There are 5 of them that Santa Claus may not remember.
Well, good for you, Catherine. Be a shame if any little kiddies were forgotten on Christmas.
Here, put your finger on this ribbon while I tie the knot, huh?
Kind of cold. I'll try it. Yeah. Well, interesting paper you're using, Catherine. Mistletoe design.
Just put the package over there.
Well, I think I'll balance it right on top of your head.
Throckmorton.
And you know what that means, mistletoe.
Aren't you rushing the season a little?
Well, I don't know. Only 9 more shopping days left.
You better put the package down there by the tree.
Oh, shucks. Say, here's a fancy-looking package.
I think that's Mother's gift to me.
Your mother couldn't wait, eh? Let me shake this. Better guess what's in it.
Now, Throckmorton.
Oop. Card fell off.
Oh, dear.
Well, isn't that just like your mother? To the dearest girl in the world, Clarence. Clarence!
Throckmorton, give me the package. That one isn't from Mother.
Oh, I guess not. Dr. Clarence Olson, the intern, eh? I thought he'd given up.
Clarence has been on night duty at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I can hardly wait to open his present. He always thinks of the most original things.
Well, I haven't brought you my present yet. I'm liable to think of something pretty original, too.
Oh? Give me a hint.
Hint? Well?
At the hospital, Clarence keeps teasing me about what's in this package.
Oh, he does he?
All he'll tell me is that it starts with a K for Catherine. Isn't that clever?
Well, I guess there's a fine line between being clever and being corny.
Now, Throckmorton, he's very ingenious. In fact, the mistletoe paper was his idea.
It was? Well, might have been his idea, but I was the first one who thought of holding it over your head. I think.
wish I knew what that fellow Olson is giving Catherine for Christmas. I'll have to go on one better.
Good morning, Unky. Hi, Unc.
Good morning, children. Gruel. Marjorie, what Christmas presents can you think of that starts with the letter K?
K? Well... Who's the present for, Unc? A little kid we know, spelled K-I-D?
Hardly, Leroy. I was thinking about something for a young lady.
Oh, you mean me?
Well, we'll get around to you children later. There's a present under Miss Milford's tree, and it starts with a K. I'm trying to think what it is.
Forgot what you gave her, huh?
I haven't done my shopping yet, Leroy. This was from somebody else.
Oh-ho.
What do you mean, oh-ho?
Oh, it's Miss Milford's present from Dr. Olson, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Well, if it's from the doc, why do you want to know what it is, Unc?
Well, I don't want to give her the same present, Leroy. I'd like to give her something a little better.
Well, if it starts with a K, maybe it's a Kodak, Unky.
Kodak? No, it's a pretty big package.
I know, Unc. It's a kangaroo.
Okay. I doubt that, Leroy. Dr. Olson isn't that ingenious.
Canary?
I don't think it's alive, Leroy. As I recall, canary doesn't start with a K.
Like some hot coffee, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Thank you, Bertie. It could be knickknacks.
No, sir, this is coffee.
What?
Bertie, we're trying to think of some gift a woman would like starting with K.
Oh?
Any ideas, Bertie? I'm getting them from everybody, and some pretty bad ones.
Well, if it's for a woman, maybe it's something for the kitchen.
Kitchen? Well, I can't think of anything for the kitchen that starts with a K. Except Kraft cheese.
I can't think of anything.
Maybe it's kisses, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Kisses?
The candy type. You know, candy kisses wrapped in paper.
Oh, my goodness, a kitchen hillbilly. That's Dr. Olson. Wish I'd thought of giving her something starting with K for Catherine. I could give her something starting with G for Gildersleeve. Nah, that's not the same idea. Let's see. K, carrot. He could be giving her a diamond. He wouldn't dare. Kettle drums. Kilts. He wouldn't give her those. She'd look cute in kilts, though.
Well, good morning, Gildy.
Well, the Honorable Judge Hooker. Good morning, Horace.
You were walking along with a faraway look in your eye. Were you dreaming of a white Christmas?
Old goat. I'm trying to get an idea about a Christmas present for Miss Milford, Horace.
Oh? Have you tried looking in the stores?
No. Thanks for the idea.
Not at all. But if you're going to do any shopping, Gildy, you better get busy or there won't be anything left.
Don't you worry, Judge. You'll get your necktie.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But I didn't mean that, Gildy. It just seems that everybody I know has been Christmas shopping. I bumped into Floyd, Chief Gates, your current amour, Miss Milford.
Oh?
And yesterday I even ran into your arch rival, Dr. Olson.
Olson? Where did you run into him, Horace?
We're in Hogan Brothers, but why are you so excited, Gildy?
Now we're getting someplace. What department was he in?
Well, as I recall, he was in the gift shopping.
Oh? Do you remember who waited on Olson? What did the sales girl look like?
Sales girl? Well, dark wavy hair, parted in the middle, black mustache.
Black mustache?
Oh, no. I'm thinking of the floor walker.
Well, think a little harder, Judge. What did the sales girl look like? I've got to talk to her.
Well, as I recall, she was rather tall.
Oh?
Or was she short? That's it, a short brunette.
Good.
Or was she a blonde?
Oh, my goodness. Judge, come along with me and point her out.
Gladly, Gildy. She was pretty, as I recall. Or was she?
Yes. Look at all those shoppers. Stay right behind me, Judge.
Don't you worry about me, Gildy. If I start losing ground, I'll grab you by the coattails.
Oh, pardon me, miss. Madam. Oop.
Are you
Excuse me, coming through. Yeah, here's the gift shop. Now, where's the sales girl, Horace?
There she is at the end of the counter.
Oh?
Are you being helped?
Not yet, miss. I'd like a little information.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Clarence Olson, a friend of mine, was in your department yesterday and bought something.
As I recall, he was carrying a little black bag, and he placed it on your counter here.
I seem to remember that.
Yes, he's a tall young man with blonde, wavy hair.
Oh, you mean the tall, handsome, blonde man?
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say he's handsome.
That sounds like Dr. Olson to me.
Please, Horace. Miss, do you remember what he bought?
Well, he looked at several things.
He did. We're on the right track, Judge. Now I'll find out what he got for Catherine.
I showed him a diamond necklace like this.
Diamond necklace?
My.
But he didn't buy it.
Good.
Then he looked at these watches.
Platinum.
But he didn't buy one.
Young lady, what did he buy?
Well, he just bought something for $5.
Only $5. Cheapskate. I'll buy Catherine something more expensive than that.
My, nothing like the true Christmas spirit.
All right, Judge. Young lady, what did Dr. Olson buy?
He went down to the next counter and bought a pair of suspenders.
Suspenders?
That's easy, Gildy. Now you can buy Catherine a nice pipe.
Is there something I can show you?
You can show me the way out.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Well, Christmas comes but once a year, so who cares if holiday preparations keep you mothers so busy you can't fuss with the old 3 squares? You can do very well without fussing. For instance, take lunch. You can serve jiffy, quick, and easy pan-fried sandwiches of Kraft's famous cheese food, Velveeta. They're delicious, with Velveeta's grand, rich, yet mild cheddar cheese flavor. And they're nourishing, too, because Velveeta is rich in important food values from milk. It helps supply protein for strong muscles, minerals that help build sound teeth and bones, vitamins needed for normal growth. Yes, Velveeta helps supply many important food values your family should have. To make these wholesome sandwiches, all you do is melt some butter or parquet margarine in a skillet. Then fry the sandwiches till the bread is golden brown on both sides and the Velveeta melting. Easy, aren't they? And so good, you'll serve wholesome pan-fried Velveeta sandwiches often, whether you're in a hurry or not. So keep your refrigerator stocked with a 2-pound loaf of Velveeta. Just be sure you get genuine Velveeta when you buy. It's the cheese food of top quality, made only by Kraft. Well, there's a fancy Christmas package under the tree at Catherine Milford's house from Gildersleeve's rival, Dr. Olson. What's in it? That's what the water commissioner would like to know.
Well, whatever it is, I'll get her something better. He may have the edge on me at the hospital, but by George, I'll beat him under the Christmas tree. I'll go all out. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this afternoon?
Well, I'm looking for a Christmas present, Peavy, for a lady. Something extra special.
A gift for Miss Milford, is it?
You bet. That sneaky Dr. Olson bought her something that looks pretty nice. And I'm going to go him one better. I'm going to get her something so beautiful and so clever, it'll make him look silly.
My.
Any suggestions, Peavy?
Well, what does she like? Has she dropped any hints?
No. Lately, all she talks about is those little kids she takes care of at the hospital. Must be something clever and original I can get for her, Peavy.
Well, how about a year's subscription to Reader's Digest?
Year's subscription?
Or how about a nice set of scales? Women like to weigh themselves, you know.
Peavy, she can weigh herself at the hospital.
Does she like sweetmeats?
Sweetmeats?
We have some very attractive boxes of candied prunes. Quite helpful, too.
No, Peavy.
How about some musical bath salts?
No.
Ballpoint pen?
No.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're rather hard to please.
Oh. Peavy, I've got to get something different, something original. Now, you've had plenty of experience at this Christmas thing.
That's true.
You've been buying Christmas presents for Mrs. Peavy for 20 years.
Yes, I have.
Well, certainly after all that time, a man should know what it takes to please a woman.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, my goodness. I can see you're going to be of no help at all, Peavy. I'm going back downtown.
That's a good idea. Happy shopping, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Happy shopping, Neil. Oh, brother, what a mob in this store. Why does everybody wait till the last minute to buy their Christmas presents? Watch it, madam. Wonder if Catherine would like an alligator bag. I don't think she likes alligators. I don't either. Have to look around some more. Excuse me. Pardon me. Ow! That's my foot, lady.
Going up, please.
Oops, where's everybody rushing to? The elevator. Hey, I don't want to get on this elevator. Oh, watch it. Well, I'm in whether I want to be or not.
Second floor, phonographs, radios, toys.
Out on 2, please. Thank you. Might get her a radio. No, everybody has a radio. Have to be more original than that. I'm going to beat that slick intern. Wish I had chairs around here. My feet hurt. Might just as well sit on this little red wagon a minute. Well, cute toys up here.
Is that you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, hello, Bertie. What are you doing up here in toys?
Oh, I got a lot of little nieces and nephews I have to buy for.
Oh, yes.
They don't have much, and when I show up on Christmas with my arms full of toys, they think I'm some pumpkin.
Yeah, I bet they do, Bertie. Say, what if I showed up with an armful of toys for those kiddies at the hospital? The ones Miss Milford is so fond of.
Them children would think you were some pumpkins too, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I guess they would. What's more, I'd be some pumpkins with Miss Milford, too.
Yes, sir.
You bet. There's nothing I could do to impress her more. By George, this is a great idea we had, Bertie. Clerk! I want to buy some toys. Whoop, what was that?
That's the wagon you just bought.
Okay, I'll buy it. And half the toy department, too. Clerk! What an idea. Dr. Olson could never top this. I'll walk in on Catherine, pass out these toys to her little kiddies, and tell her this is my Christmas present to her. What can she say except that I'm the greatest guy in the world? The kids will get a kick out of it, too. Intern, turn in your suit. Hey, this must be the ward. I see some children there. Well, hello, little children.
Hello.
Hello. Where's Miss Milford?
She'll be back. She went to get orange juice.
Oh, well, I'll just put these packages down here and wait.
Are you Santa Claus?
Me?
Nah, he's not Santa Claus. He hasn't got a white beard, but he's nice and fat. Yeah, but he's not Santa Claus. Santa Claus never comes around here.
Now, wait a minute, young fellow. I'm sort of a Santa Claus. I brought all these presents to you children.
For us? Honest and truly? Oh, boy. You see, Stuffy, he is Santa Claus. Oh, boy, I gotta come over and save him. Stuffy's lucky. He's in a wheelchair.
Oh. Well, I'll bring the presents around to your little beds when Miss Milford comes.
I want to open mine.
Now, wait a minute, Stuffy. You shouldn't open presents until Christmas.
I don't want to open mine until Christmas. I just want to dream about what's in them.
That's the idea, little girl.
While we're waiting for Miss Milford, will you read us a Christmas story?
Christmas story?
That's what she was doing. Yeah, they're in that book.
Oh, well, I like stories. I used to read them to my niece and nephew. Let's see what we've got here. Why the Chimes Rang by Raymond McDonald Alden.
I like that one. I don't know it. Well, I've been in the hospital longer than you have.
Yes. Well, let's read it, huh? We don't have much time. Once upon a time, in a faraway country, there was a wonderful church. It stood on a high hill in the midst of a great city. And every Sunday, as well as on sacred days like Christmas, thousands of people climbed the hill to its great archways, looking like lines of ants, all moving in the same direction.
They don't allow ants in the hospital. Stop interrupting, Stuffy.
Yeah, must listen, Stuffy. Now, all the people knew that at the top of the tower was a chime of Christmas bells. They had hung there ever since the church had been built, and they were the most beautiful bells in the world. Some described them as sounding like angels far up in the sky. Others as sounding like strange winds singing through the trees. But for many years, they had never been heard.
Why didn't the bells ring?
Well, we're coming to that, I guess. It was said that people had been growing less careful of their gifts for the Christ child, that no offering was brought which was fine enough to deserve the music of the chimes. Every Christmas Eve, people still crowded to the altar, each one trying to bring some gift better than any other.
Why do they do that?
Well, for personal reasons, I guess. They were trying to make a big impression.
Oh.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Now, a number of miles from the city, in a little country village, lived a boy named Pedro and his little brother. They had heard of the service in the church on Christmas Eve and planned to go see the beautiful celebration. Nobody can guess, little brother, Pedro would say, all the fine things there are to see and hear. And I've even heard it said that the Christ child sometimes comes down to bless the service. What if we should see him? The day before Christmas, Pedro and little brother were able to slip away quietly, and although the walking was hard in the frosty air, before nightfall they had trudged so far, hand in hand, that they saw the lights of the big city just ahead of them. They were about to enter one of the great gates in the wall that surrounded it, and they saw something dark on the snow near their path, and they stepped aside to look at it.
What was it?
Well, let's see. There by the path was a poor woman who had fallen in the snow, too sick and tired to get in where she might have found shelter.
Oh.
Pedro knelt down beside her. You will have to go on alone, little brother, he said. Alone, cried little brother. But you will not see the Christmas festival. No, said Pedro. And he could not keep back a bit of a choking sound in his throat. See this poor woman? Her face looks like the Madonna in the chapel window, and she'll freeze to death if nobody cares for her. But I can't bear to leave you and go on alone, said little brother. Both of us need not miss the service, said Pedro, and it had better be I than you. You can easily find your way to the church, and you must see and hear everything twice, little brother, once for you and once for me. And oh, if you get a chance, little brother, to slip up to the altar without getting in anybody's way, take this little silver piece of mine and lay it down for my offering when no one is looking. In this way, he hurried little brother off to the city and winked hard to keep back the tears as he heard the crunching footsteps sounding farther and farther away in the twilight. The great church was wonderful that night. When the organ played and the thousands of people sang, the walls shook with the sound, and little Pedro, way outside the city wall, felt the earth tremble around him. At the close of the service came the procession, with the offerings to be laid on the altar. Rich men and great men marched proudly up to lay down their gifts to the Christ child. Some brought wonderful jewels, some brought baskets of gold, but the chimes did not ring. And last of all came the king of the country, hoping with all the rest to win for himself the chime of the Christmas bells. There went a great murmur through the church as the people saw the king take from his head the royal crown, all set with precious stones, and lay it gleaming on the altar as his offering to the Holy Child. Surely, everyone said, we shall hear the bells now, for nothing like this has ever happened before. But still, only the cold old wind was heard in the tower, and the people shook their heads, and some of them said, as they had said before, that they never really believed the story of the chimes, and doubted if they ever rang at all. Suddenly everyone looked at the old minister, who was standing by the altar, holding up his hand for silence. Not a sound could be heard from anyone in the church, but as all the people strained their ears to listen, there came softly but distinctly, swinging through the air, the sound of the chimes in the tower. So far away, and yet so clear the music seemed. So much sweeter were the notes than anything that had been heard before, rising and falling away up there in the sky, that the people in the church sat for a moment as still as though something held each of them by the shoulders. And they all stood up together and stared straight at the altar to see what great gift had awakened the long, silent bells. But all that the nearest of them saw was the childish figure of little brother, who had crept softly down the aisle when no one was looking, and had laid Pedro's little piece of silver on the altar.
That's a wonderful story. Why did the bells ring when little brother laid the piece of silver on the altar?
Well,
Why didn't they ring when the great men brought jewels and things?
well, like the book said, each one was trying to bring some gift better than any other. Those men were trying to outdo each other, while little Pedro gave out of the goodness of his heart. He didn't have an ulterior motive.
What's an ulterior motive?
Well, I guess that's what I had when I came here.
That's Miss Milford coming.
It is?
Yeah!
Well, guess I'll be going.
Aren't you going to wait and see our nurse? Where are you going, mister?
Well, I think I'll sneak out this side door.
Well, how do you know who brought the presents?
Well, that's not important anymore. Merry Christmas.
Thanks. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I'll tiptoe down the back stairs. 5 o'clock. I didn't know the hospital had chimes.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. The show was written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Jack Meakin. In addition to our regular cast, you heard Ann Whitfield and Stuffy Singer as the children in the hospital. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous cheese food Velveeta, and the complete line of Kraft quality food products.
Here's a suggestion for Christmas time or any time. Begin now to save for a happier future with the regular purchase of United States savings bonds. Automatic purchase plans that make saving painless are available to you either where you work or where you bank. Ask about them. $3 invested now will get you $4 when the bonds mature. Or you can cash your bonds any time after 60 days and get back every cent you put in plus accrued interest. Be happy tomorrow because you were wise today. Buy United States savings bonds regularly.
Good night, folks. See you next week.
Break the Bank, radio's biggest money-paying show, is next on NBC.